as Tristy Kryl goes to the Service Valley Dental Group up by 3. The southpaw puts the ball in play. Here's a pass to the front row, a set to the outside by Cheyenne Hayes. And there's what Tioga needs to do as Hayes puts it down for the kill. From the left corner, she likes that side of the net. And if she can get the ball to the net from her servers, she's going to be tough to stop. 5-3 as Brooke Vackel goes to the service line. There's the serve receive up front. Here's Carly Houle. And Houle matches Cheyenne Hayes with another point. And it's 6-3. As a couple substitutions come in, it'll be Lillian Hobbs and Kennedy Houle coming in for the Trenton Tigers. Here's a pass, back set to Cheyenne Hayes. She pushes it over. Here's Turcotte now up to the front row. Maggie Claris finds the range. And it's another point for the Trenton Tigers. It's 7-3. Quick start by the Trenton Tigers as they go back with Lillian Hobbs to the Service Valley Dental Group servers row. Lillian Hobbs, the freshman for the Trenton Tigers, sends it across. Up front, it is Cambridge Johnson, and Johnson with the point on a well-placed hit. 7-4, as Kennedy Keever will check in for McKenna Landsberg again. She'll go back to servers row. Lillian Hobbs with it up front to Kennedy Houle, and there's a block, but it falls on the Tioga side. Last touch by the Pirates. Another point for the Trenton Tigers, 8-4. Claris now goes back to servers row, puts it in play. Vackel sends it to the front. Now a set over to Cheryl Hayes, and she mishits. Another point for the Trenton Tigers. It's 9-4. The Tigers out by 5 here in this opening set of this best-of-5 match. From the Well on the campus of Williston State College, we're GameDay Media. Glad to have you on board with us. Back set to Cheyenne Hayes, comes across with it. A diving Claris can't keep it alive as the Trenton Tigers are called in the net. 9-5. Cheyenne Hayes, the District 16 Senior Athlete of the Year, goes back to the server's row and then serves it into the net. I don't know if that's a lack of concentration or bundle of nerves, not sure, but it's a free point for the Trenton Tigers. They've got 10 as they've doubled up the Trenton Tigers. Here's Keever setting it back to Cheryl Hayes. Back to the corner and finds the line. Great point by Cheryl, putting another point on the board for the Tioga Pirates. It's 10-6. As we have substitutions for the Pirates, it'll be Aubriana Voles checking in for Tioga, the junior defensive specialist and a great server. Puts the ball in play, short serve dug out there by Claris. Sent to the front row, pushed into the net, and that's a free point for Tioga. 10-7 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. As Voles has a point for the Pirates. Again, goes to the corner. Fernholz digs it out. They're going to set up Fernholz again. That might have been out. Up front, here's Thea Johnson, blocked at the net by Houle. Kept alive by the Pirates as Peyton Ron brings it across. Now here's a back set to Kennedy Houle, dug out by Keever. Great dig by Keever. Now Peyton Ron goes back door with it, and it's too deep as she didn't get it over. She got it over, but it was too deep. And it's 11-7 as we battle back and forth here. We want to thank Patriot Oilfield Service out of Tioga, North Dakota. Nate Ron and his team at Patriot Oilfield Service wishing the best to all the Tioga Pirates this season. 11-7. Here's Cheryl Hayes going to the corner and finds it again. And down the middle, splits the defense, puts it up for another point for Tioga. Pirates battling back. They're down by 3 after trailing 7-1 earlier. Back for Cheryl Hayes. There's another great serve off the arms of Jada Turcotte. And the Pirates are within 2. It's 11-9 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. 11-9, Cheryl Hayes at the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row, puts the ball in play, and it's a miscommunication by the Trenton Tigers, and the Pirates are now trailing by 1, 11-10, as they climb back into this first set number 1, excuse me, twisting my tongue up here a little bit. Short serve, dug out there by Cryle, sent back over to Cryle. Cryle comes across with it. There's the dig by Cheyenne Hayes. Up front, Thea Johnson. And Johnson's kill attempt is too deep. (12-10) as Jossie Fernholz goes back to server's row again. Up by 2. This time the floater comes across the net. Cheryl's gonna set up Thea. She goes back door, and it hits the line. Another point as the Tigers let the ball hit the deck, and it's just inside the lines, and it's 12-11. It's down by 1, trying to tie up this match. A great server. There's a good serve. Kershane brings it into semifinal action here on Game Day Media.
Founded in 2019, Northwest Therapy Services, located in Ray and Williston, North Dakota, provides speech therapy in our clinics, as well as partnering with local schools and nursing facilities to provide on-site therapeutic services. Our therapists offer language therapy as well as therapy for social, cognitive, communication, swallowing, feeding, and voice disorders. We are dedicated to providing the highest level of quality services. To schedule an appointment, visit nwtherapyservices.com or call 701-568-8255.
As we come back here to the well, my name's Randy Peterson here on Game Day Media. We've got 2 matches in store for you this afternoon and the evening. I guess it's this evening already as the time change is throwing little fits with me, but Tioga Pirates, out of that St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, have the serve with a chance to take the lead here as Peyton Ron goes back to the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. We're live from the NCC Sports Desk, high atop Terry Olson Court. And there's a big kill for the Trenton Tigers. Good timeout taken by head coach Luann Axelson to get the Tigers back on track as Tristy Cryle goes back to the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row for the Tigers. Cryle, a southpaw, puts it in play. A high serve comes across. Bowles sends it to the front row, brought across by McKenna Landsberg. A set over to Maggie Claras. Cheryl Hayes with the dig. Now back another set to Johnson. Tipped at the net. Kept alive by the Tigers. And it's going to be Cheyenne Hayes going along the net. Keep it alive. Here's a chance for Hayes. And Hayes is too deep with a kill attempt. 14-12. The Tigers now up by 2 after having a tied up set at 12-12. Have scored the last 2 points. Cryle with the serve. Here's Cheyenne again, tipping it over, and there's another point as it's a lift called against the Tioga Pirates. Cheyenne Hayes, 15-12. A 3-point advantage for the Tigers here in set number 1. If you're just joining us, had a little computer glitch, but re-engage with us. And here is a hit by Cheyenne Hayes. We had a computer restart, an automatic restart, so chuck that one down. As if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. 15-13. There's a serve by Vackel. Turcotte with the set up to Houle. Pirates get the set up to Cheyenne. She just doiks it over, and the ball's kept alive, but unfortunately the Tigers can't come up with it, and the Pirates are back within 1 again. 15-14. 15-14. Sent to the front row. Maggie Claras has it. Here's Cheyenne Hayes off the arms of Houle. Set by Turcotte. Claras goes along with it. Now over. Here's a set back door. A diving Cryle keeps it alive. Up front, here is Cambry Johnson pushing it back over. Claris tries to put it down, and she does with a big swing from the left corner. (16-14). Lillian Hobbs goes back to the server's row for head coach Luann Axelson's Trenton Tigers, leading by 2 here in this first set. There's the serve, good serve, going to be dug out by Cheyenne Hayes, pushed across by Cambry Johnson, and a well-placed hit by Johnson puts a point on the board for the Pirates. 16-15 as we battle back and forth here between the Tigers and the Lady Pirates as Kennedy Keever checks in for head coach Shaughnessy Meyer, goes to the Souris Valley Dental Group server's row. Kept alive as they're going to try to bring it across, joust at the net. Now pushed to the corners, Peyton Ron digs it out. Up front, here is Cheyenne Hayes, and Hayes is a little bit too deep again. Pirates are challenging that back row, and they put about 5 of them beyond the end line here to start the first set. They're down by 2 again, 17-15. Maggie Clare is back at the service line, a dig, and it's going to be brought over by Vacco. Great plays by the Pirates keeping the ball alive. Back set to Hayes, and Hayes puts it down. That's Cheryl with the point for Tioga. Cheyenne the senior, Cheryl the sophomore, and the Pirates are back within 1. 17-16. Cheyenne with the serve, dug out by Hobbs. Here's a set by Turcotte, and there is a lift called against, a double hit called against the Trenton Tigers, and just like that, the Pirates have tied it up at 17 apiece here in set number 1. Cheyenne Hayes goes to the back row. Here's a set by Jada Turcotte. Block at the net by the block party of Johnson. That's Cambry and Cheryl Hayes, and the Pirates with their first lead of the evening at 18-17. Here's Fernholz. Pushing it across. Hobbs runs it down. Cambry Johnson puts it on too deep. And that's another point as we're all tied up at 18-18. Jada Turcotte, the District 15 Senior Player of the Year, goes back to the Souris Valley Dental Group server's row. Ron digs it out. It's coming over. Here's a set almost to Kryl. Kryl puts it across as Johnson pushes it back row. Here's another back set to Kennedy Hull. Comes across with it. No good. Fairly good, but there is a lift called against the Pirates as the Pirates want a timeout. We'll take one as well. It's a St. Luke's Medical Center 30-second timeout. You're listening to Region semifinal action here on GameDay Media.
Founded in 2019, Northwest Therapy Services, located in Ray and Williston, North Dakota, provides speech therapy in our clinics as well as partnering with local schools and nursing facilities to provide on-site therapeutic services. Our therapists offer language therapy as well as therapy for social, cognitive, communication, swallowing, feeding, and voice disorders. We are dedicated to providing the highest level of quality services. To schedule an appointment, visit nwtherapyservices.com or call 701-568-8255.
When these two teams met up in the regular season in head-to-head competition on October 3rd, the Trenton Tigers, in a game played in Trenton, took out the Pirates 3-0. And another head-to-head match on October 7th in the Northwest Conference Tournament. The Tioga Pirates and the Trenton Tigers split 1-1 in pool play. Here's Keever with the set up to Peyton Ron, pushed across. Clara's there for the Tigers. Bringing it up front, it's Fernholz bringing it across from the left corner. Here's another set over to Peyton Ron. As Ron goes back door off the fingertips of Lillian Hobbs, it's a point put on the board for the Tioga Pirates. 19-19. Back and forth we go here as Aubriana Voles checks back in for head coach Shaughnessy Meyer. Meyer instructing Cambry Johnson a little bit. There's a friendly net. It's a Tioga Ace Hardware ace for Aubriana Voles, and it's 20-19. The Pirates with a 1-point lead here in set number 1. And with that, we have another timeout on the floor as Luann Axelson wants to talk it over. They're down by 1, 20-19. We'll step aside for another St. Luke's Medical Center timeout. We'll be back with more action on Game Day Media.
Based in Crosby, North Dakota, St. Luke's Medical Center's mission is to provide comprehensive and compassionate health care for individuals and families in cooperation with the area medical community. Our vision is to be recognized as a community leader by delivering quality health care through a team of dedicated professionals in a friendly, compassionate, and growing environment. Recently named one of the top 20 critical access hospitals in the country means our community can count on us to deliver services they need now and in the future. To schedule an appointment, call 701-965-6349.
Coming back out of that St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, my name's Randy Peterson here on Game Day Media. Glad you've joined us. And there's a serve by Aubriana Voles sending to the front row, and there's a block party by Thea Johnson, solo party. And it's another point for the Pirates. 21-19 as Voles puts the ball in play again. Hobbs sends it across with the push. Here is Kennedy Keever on the outside. Cheryl Hayes tries to put it down, slowed down by the Tigers. And here's Furnos, blocked again. Comes back on the Trenton side, goes over to the corners. Voles there for the Pirates. They're going to set up on the backside. It'll be Cheryl Hayes with the point for the Tioga as the block comes down on the Trenton side of the floor. 22-19, the Pirates up by 3, the biggest lead of the night for Tioga. There's another serve to the front row. Bringing it across is Fernholz. Keever brings it across, there's a tip. And the Pirates unable to get up off the floor and keep it alive as another point put on the board for the Trenton Tigers. 22-20. As Amaya Kershane comes in, trailing by 2 this time for the Trenton Tigers. Cheyenne Hayes with the dig. Over to Peyton Ron. Comes across with it, and that's too wide. Another miss hit by the Pirates. Trying to hit the ball hard. It's just a little bit too wide. As we got to come down with it a little bit more for the Pirates. 1-point deficit for the Tigers. Here's Cheryl Hayes, going to set up Thea Johnson, pushed over. Turcotte there for the Tigers. And now it's going to be Houle, and another misplay by the front row of the Tioga Pirates, and we're all tied up at 22-22. And another good timeout called by Luann Axelson as the down by 3 have now battled back to tie it up at 22-22. Peyton Ron sends it to the front row. They go over to Cheryl Hayes, and Hayes finds the donut hole on defense. Point Tioga. Run down, they keep it in play. My goodness, good play by the Tigers. Pushed across by Cheryl Hayes. To the corner, the Pirates keep it alive. Now back to that same corner again, but there's a diving Kershane keeping it alive for the Tigers. Now pushed over again by McKenna Landsberg. Pirates have stopped hitting the ball. They bump it across again. Backs a setup, and there is a point on a double hit by the Trenton Tigers. (24-22), it is set point for the Pirates. Kept alive on a pancake by Peyton Ron, blocked at the net. Comes down on the Tioga side though. 24-23, another set point opportunity for the Tioga Pirates, but this time they'll have to do it on defense as the Pirates are going to call a timeout. It'll be a quick, we're going to keep it right here. We don't want to take a chance on missing out on anything, so we'll do a couple of live reads. Bravera Bank, a proud supporter of the Stanley community And the Stanley Blue Jays helping you, our customer, forge new paths to achieve your financial goals. That is Brevera Bank, located over in Stanley, North Dakota. DA Land LLC was established in 2021 as providing quality skid steer attachments, farm and ranch supplies, feed and pest supplies to the Tioga area. Winter's coming. Get those skid steer attachments from DA Land LLC, located in Tioga. The Porch, a locally owned coffee shop located in Ray, North Dakota. Mandy Knox and her team serving a variety of drinks with a flavor for everyone. That is the Porch, located over in Ray, North Dakota. Surge Aesthetics, located in Tioga and Hazen. Our purpose is to enhance your natural beauty and give you the confidence you need. Call Sarah in Tioga at 701-641-6429 or Corey at 701-870-0529 for your Hazen appointment. That's Surge Aesthetics. Match point, or set point for the Pirates on defense. Here is Thea Johnson, blocked at the net, and there's a point, as that's 4 hits by the Lady Pirates. And now we're all tied up at 24-24. We go extra innings. Got to win by 2. Served by Fernholz is in. Here's a set up to McKenna Landsberg, and she bops it across. Now here's Maggie Claris, blocked at the net. Brought across by the Turcotte, kept alive by the Pirates. Cheryl Hayes brings it across. Back and forth. Cryle bringing it back into play, and it's a point. It'll be set point for the Trenton Tigers. They were down 24-22, have scored the last 3 points here in set number 1. They're serving for the set. It is Josie Fernholz serving for the Tigers. Up front here is Thea Johnson pushing it to the corner. Fernholz digs it out. Now Claris tries to put it home, and it's going to be off the arms of the Pirates, and the Pirates drop the first set to the Trenton Tigers 26-24. What a great first opening set here for our Region 8 coverage. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by Bingaman Construction in Ray, North Dakota, your go-to for all your residential and commercial spray foam and construction needs. Tegan's Interiors, located on Main Street in Crosby, North Dakota. Follow them on Facebook or find them online at tegansinteriors.com. Tioga Drug and Soda Shop, located at 106 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit tiogadrug.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
At Tioga Ace Hardware, our store is a member of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperative in the industry. We are all committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. As the helpful hardware folks in your community, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Shop the biggest brands all under one roof at 119 North Main Street in Tioga, or shop online at acehardware.com.
Since 1961, Tioga Medical Center has been providing quality health care to Northwest North Dakota patients. With a newly built clinic in Tioga, where primary care providers along with visiting specialists are caring for patients every day. Primary care clinics in Ray and Powers Lake also. Call for an appointment today at 701-664-3368. Tioga Medical Center, great staff making a difference in the lives of patients every day.
As we come out of that timeout, intermission break between set number 1 and set number 2, Recapping set number one, the Pirates held a 24-22 lead. We're going to play on defense, and it was 4 straight points. It was the Trenton Tigers scoring 2 points to tie it up, and then took the last 2 points to win 26-24 here in this opening set to take a 1-0 lead against the Tioga Pirates. Pirates, similar uniforms. Pirates are on the left side of your screen. The Trenton Tigers on the right side of your screen, and there's a kill attempt by Carly Hool up front. It is going back row, and this time Peyton Ron finds the line. They missed that quite a few times in the first set. That time they found it here to take the first point of set number 2. Again, head-to-head competition. These two teams met up twice. It was the Tigers sweeping back on October 3rd, tying in the Northwest Conference Tournament 1 set. So the Pirates have beaten them. There hasn't been too many that have, but there's a well-placed hit by the Tioga Pirates, and the Pirates out quick here in set number 2 with another point. First set goes to the Tigers, 26-24. If you're just joining us, good contingent of crowd from Tioga as well as Trenton here just down the road from Williston. As there's another dig by Cheryl Hayes. Up front, it's Thea Johnson slapping it over for the Pirates. Now it's going to be a back set up to Peyton Ron. Peyton Ron slowed down at the net by the Tigers, and the Tigers unable to keep it alive as the ball is called with a lift. 3 straight points for the Pirates. They're up 3-0 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Cheyenne Hayes with another dig. Pushed across to the corner. Crocheting there for the Tigers. Fernholz goes back to Brooke Vaukel. And there is a point into the net by the Tigers as Peyton Ron goes into the net. 3-1 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Peyton Ron pushes it to the corner. There's Maggie Claris playing above the net. And then the Tigers are all sort of in the net. That was Maggie Claris playing high above the net, but she got too close to it, and she couldn't slow down the momentum as she goes into the net. It's 4-1. It's Peyton Ron goes with the serve. And Peyton, uncharacteristically, having a little trouble tonight. A little bit out of sorts a little bit, but no doubt she'll get it back. But this time the ball goes over on the serve to the Trenton Tigers. Tristy Kryl with the serve for the Tigers. Sometimes in a bigger gym you can, and they call it, the Pirates are looking for a tip, but nothing called. Another point for the Tigers, 4-3. Cheyenne Hayes tries to put it home, but Kryl there for the Tigers, and here's Claris. And there's a block by Thea Johnson, another point on the block party by Thea. I think it's her 3rd or 4th. It's 5-3 right now, so get our scoreboard up to date when we get a chance here. And there is a block as Carly Hool drives it home for the Tigers. 5-4 now. 5-4, Eli. Five to 4 as Lillian Hobbs serving for the Tigers. It's up to Cheyenne Hayes, and Cheyenne splits the defense in the back row and puts one down for another Tioga point. 6-4. McKenna Landsberg goes back to the Service Valley Dental Group servers row. Claris tries to get it across. There's a double hit or 4 hits, I should say, for the Trenton Tigers, and it's 7-4. Pirates up by 3. Brought across by the Tigers. Now up front, here's Cheyenne Hayes just doinking it over. Well placed hit. The Tigers backed up to receive the big hit. Cheyenne saw it and just put it over the top of the net. 8-4 as the Pirates have doubled up the Tigers. The knuckleball comes across, kept alive by the Tigers on a great hit. Let's see if they can make the best of it as Cheryl Hayes goes back door. This time they're going to be able to keep it alive. Another great play by the Tigers. Wow, talk about hustle by the Tigers. And that give them a point as Cheyenne Hayes hits it into the net. Missed opportunity for Tioga there for sure. 8-5. Point to the Trenton Tigers as they're on the right side of your screen. Similar uniforms. The Tigers. Maggie Clares with the serve. Keever. Nobody's there. Nobody's talking to each other, and that's got to drive a coach nuts. We're playing in the semifinals, and we look at each other. 8-6. Maggie Claris with the serve. Trenton with a gift. Cheyenne Hayes goes to the corner, but it's wide, and it's another point. 8-7. Momentum killer for Maggie Claris. Comes in, the freshman for the Tigers. And now the captain, Cheyenne Hayes, is going over to have a discussion with Gary Vandell. Not sure what that was all about, but they got it straightened away and we're ready to play. On the outside, Cheryl Hayes with the big kill. You get to this point of the season, you better be hitting them hard because everybody else is going to. And it's 9-7. The Pirates back up by 2. Pass to the front row. And there is a double hit by the Trenton Tigers. Another point for Tioga. 10-3. As Cheyenne Hayes goes back again to the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row, puts the ball in play. And kept alive there. I don't know how that wasn't called a double hit. Up front, here's Cambry off the arms. And there's the Tigers in the net. That is Kennedy Houle. And that's another point. And there's a timeout on the floor. Your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. It is the Pirates 11. The Trenton Tigers 7 will step aside for a St. Luke's Medical Center timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
Roustabout Service and Insulating, servicing the oil and gas industry since 1963. The Country Store, located at 123 Main Street in Powers Lake, North Dakota. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. Napa Tioga Park Supply, located at 105 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit napaonline.com. TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibration, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
As we transition out of that St. Luke's Medical Center timeout called by Luann Axelson and the Trenton Tigers, we're back at the field of court of play again here at the Well in the campus of Williston State College. Fernholz brings it across, slowed down by the front row of the Tioga Pirates. Now Johnson brings it across with a bump. They're going backwards. Caleres brings it forward and Kryl bumps it across. Here's Cambry Johnson, a pancake save by the Tigers, but the last hit off the arms of the Trenton Tigers. 5-point lead for the Pirates, 12-7. Cheyenne Hayes continues to serve, and it's hit there by Kryl. Looked like it was probably going to go out of bounds, but here's Cheryl. And Cheryl puts it down for another Tioga Ace Hardware kill. Pirates feeling it right now as they retrieve the ball out of the stands. A 6-point lead, 13-7. Cheyenne, the District 16 Senior Athlete of the Year, puts the ball in play again. Hobbs with the serve receive. There is the Pirates and the officials were kind of in the way, as Shaughnessy Meyer is going to go to the officials and ask that the official got in the way of Brooke Vackel, and Stuart Dolan's going to walk over to chair umpire. She's asking for a discussion because she felt her player was impeded from gaining access to it, and we'll see what they have to say as Stuart Dolan and they're going to do a replay. So it is a replay. So we're going to probably have to check things out here. But it's 13-7 on your scoreboard. Hool brings it across. Here's a set to the middle. Cambry Johnson with the big swing. Dug out by Claras. Fernholz with the bump. 13-7. Cambry pushes it. Turcotte with a set up to Fernholz. She goes at it. Probably could have let that one go. Brooke Vackel brings it over for the Pirates. Court presence. Hool. And Hool goes out of bounds with that hit. Another point for Tioga. Get a chance, hit that like button if you would. Like and subscribe. There's no cost to subscribe to GameDay Media. Hit that thumbs up if you would. Helps our circulation out. And there's the ball. It's great effort by Peyton Ron, but she goes outside the antenna. 14-8. Push to the corner. Turcotte with the dig. Now here's Keever. Going to set up Peyton Ron. Blocked at the net. Comes down on the Trenton side. Another point for the Pirates. (15-8). Great dive on the pancake save by Cheryl Hayes. Thea Johnson brings it across. Tipped at the net by the Pirates, pushed over by Hayes. And there is the Tigers into the net again. 16-8 as the Tigers have doubled up the Pirates have doubled up the Trenton Tigers here in set number 2 after dropping the first set 26-24. This time the kill attempt by Kennedy Hool is too deep. Another point for Tioga. 17-8. Aubriana Voles, Jada Turcotte with the dig. Fernholz brings it across. Blocked. Brought back into play, and this time Cheyenne Hayes goes out of bounds with the bump to the front row. Point for the Tigers. Maya Kershay now serving. Kennedy Keever runs down the second hit, brought over with the bump by Cheryl Hayes. This time they're going to go out of bounds with it. That is Carly Hool. Good decision by Cheyenne Hayes that time. And it's another point for the Pirates. It's the Williston State College baseball team coming by us here at the NCC Sports Desk. Good hit by McKenna Landsberg on another kill. by Tioga Ace Hardware. With that, there's another timeout on the floor. St. Luke's Medical Center, 30-second timeout. You're listening to Region 8 semifinal action here on Game Day Media.
Voted a top 20 critical access hospital in quality, our Level 5 Trauma Center is ready to handle all your emergency needs with our acute stroke ready certification and full lab and radiology departments. Our physical, occupational, and speech therapy providers are available for all your rehab care, and our family practice clinic provides a variety of care including well child and child immunizations. Psychiatric care is available by telehealth, and mental health is available in person. To schedule an appointment, call us at 701-628-2505 or find us on our website at stanleyhealth.org. Montreal County Medical Center, here to help you throughout a lifetime.
As we come out of that St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, you're watching Region 8 semifinal action here on Game Day Media. Again, my name's Randy Peterson, alongside my production crew tonight, Eli Clark, David Peterson, and the Peterson boys helping us out. 19-9. Cheryl Hayes with the serve for the Lady Pirates. Ball sent to the front row. Blocked at the net again. There's another block point by Thea Johnson. And Johnson having a great second set here from the middle. The sophomore for Tioga. The Pirates need 5 to take set number 2. Up to the front row. Fernholz brings it across. Landsberg can't catch up with it. And that point goes to the Tigers. 20-10. It's Jossie Fernholz. Goes back to the Service Valley Dental Group servers row. Brought into play, Cheyenne Hayes with the serve receive. Sent over to Landsberg. Landsberg brings it across. Kershane there for the Tigers. Pushed over by Kershane. Up front, here's Thea blocked at the net. That's a block point by Carly Houle in the Trenton Tigers. 22-11. As Fernholz goes again to the servers row, one of our co-players of the game, sponsored by Brad Johnson in yesterday's match. Up front, here's Thea Johnson pushing it to the corner. Brought across, back deep. Kershane digs it out. Kershane comes across with it. A save by Cheryl Hayes as Landsberg pushes it across herself. And there's a miscommunication between the Hayes sisters. It's another point for Trenton. 20-12. Fernholz serving for the Tigers. Here's Thea just pushing it over. The Pirates have quit hitting the ball. And ball comes across, kept alive by the Pirates. Great play by the Pirates. Claris comes again with it. There's a dive by Aubriana Voles brought back into play. Johnson brings it across for the Pirates. Back set to Houle. Voles there again as Cheryl Hayes runs it down, brought back into play by Peyton Ront. Claris again blocked at the net. There's a point on 4 hits by the Tigers. 21-12. Peyton Ron goes back to servers row, needing 4 to tie up this match at 1 apiece. First serve, and that one's deep. That was close. But close counts in grenades and horseshoes. 21-13. Kryl with the serve. The floater comes across. Here's a set up to Thea Johnson, blocked at the net as the Tigers can't come down with it, keep it alive. Another point for the Tigers as Cambridge Johnson will check in to play front row, replacing Aubriana Voles. It's 22-13. Brooke Vackel back into servers row, puts the ball in play. It's Kershane. There's another one that probably was going to go out. Here's Cheyenne. Cheyenne puts it down for a Tioga Ace hardware kill. 23-12. 22-13, a 10-point lead for the Tioga Pirates against the Trenton Tigers. If you're just joining us, the Pirates are on the left side of your screen. The Tigers are on the right side of your screen. Short serve. Turcotte brings it across. Another questionable one, but we play on. Here's Claris going with it, and Claris drives it home on a Tioga Ace Hardware kill for the Tigers, Maggie Claris. 23-14. Lillian Hobbs checks in for head coach Luann Axelson, the fourth-year coach for the Tigers. Hobbs is a freshman player. There's Cheryl bumping it up, pushed across by Cambry Johnson. Kept alive, and here's a set over to Clares again. A dig by Brooke Vockel. Great play by Vockel. Tipped at the net. Now it's going to be last touch by the Pirates. Another point for the Trenton Tigers. The 10-point lead down to an 8-point lead. Pirates needing 2. Serve is in. It's going to be Landsberg, blocked at the net, and Pirates have lost some momentum. 23-16. Hobbs at the service line. There's another one, and this time, finally, Shaughnessy Meyer comes off of her seat, calls a timeout. It's a St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. It's the Pirates 23, the Trenton Tigers 17. We'll step aside, come back after this 30-second timeout.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by when planning to visit the Kenmare area for work, hunting, meeting up with family and friends, or just traveling on busy U.S. Highway 52. The Quilt Inn offers clean, comfortable rooms and a continental breakfast at an affordable price. Visit quiltinofkenmare.com or to book a room, call 701-385-4100.
At Montreal Williams, our mission includes playing a leadership role in the community and contributing to improving the quality of life in our service area. Visit our website at mwec.com to learn more about Montreal Williams Electric Cooperative.
Out of that St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, the Tigers trail by 6. They've got the momentum as the ball's punched across by Cheyenne Hayes, and here's Claris to the middle, and another ball hits the floor for the Pirates. Down to a 5-point lead. It was 10 not too long ago as Hobbs has come in. Here's Cheryl Hayes with the quick hit. They're going to back set over to Kennedy Houle. Kept alive by the Pirates. Now pushed across by Cheryl Hayes. And this time there's confusion on the Trenton side. And this time it is set point for the Pirates. It'll be McKenna Landsberg needing 1 to tie up this best-of-5 match. Serve is in. Here's Jada Turcotte, back set to Maggie Claris. Dug out by Brooke Weil. Peyton Ron brings it in, going to have to go along with it. And that's off the arms of Brooke Weil. Another point for the Brooke Vockel, And as they retrieve the ball out of the stands, it's 24-19 as Claire is back at server's row again for the Tigers. She's a good athlete. And there's a short serve. Johnson brings it across for Tioga. Front row, and that one's too deep as Fernholz puts it out of bounds as the Pirates take set number 2, 25-19 to tie up this best-of-5 match at 1 set apiece. You're listening to Game Day action here in day number 2 of the Region 8 volleyball tournament. We'll step aside, come back after this 2-minute timeout.
Hey, Dad, will you check the cows?
Use this instead, Grandpa. The cows look fine, Dad.
In my day, we had to sleep in the barn to check the cows.
Combining tradition and technology, respecting the past while embracing the future. RTC Networks.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
Roustabout Service and Insulating, servicing the oil and gas industry since 1963. The Country Store, located at 123 Main Street in Powers Lake, North Dakota. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. Napa Tioga Parts Supply, located at 105 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit napaonline.com. TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351. Located in Crosby, North Dakota, Brad Johnson Insurance has been helping clients find insurance coverage since 1986. Our team is passionate about serving the community in which we live and pride ourselves on getting to know our clients to best serve their needs. Our staff is active in the public and strives to better our community through participation, involvement, and by supporting area events and youth programs. For a quote, visit bradjohnsoninsurance.com or call 701-965-4200 today.
As we come back to the well on the campus of Williston State College, we're all tied up out of that 2-minute intermission. The Tioga Pirates coming back in set number 2 to tie up this best of 5 match at 1 set apiece. They take set number 2 25-19 after dropping set number 1 26-24 after having a 24-22 lead in set number 1. And so we're in set number 2. We're set number 3, excuse me, check that. And our Northwest Therapy first serve will go to the Trenton Tigers here in set number 3. Maya Kershane will be our start of our Northwest Therapy Services, start of set number 3 for the Tigers. Serve is in, Landsberg with the serve receive. Up front, here's Thea Johnson bumping it across. Here's Fernholz bringing it across, but Cheryl there for the Pirates. Now Ron tipped at the net. Point goes to Tioga on the tip as the Tigers couldn't catch up with the second hit off the block attempt. So it is 1-0 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard as we have a new server coming in for the Pirates. That is Hannah Hawkinson, the senior for Tioga. Putting the ball in play. Up front, Carly Houle brings it across. Now they're going to set up Cheyenne Hayes off the net. And the Tigers are called in the net. A point for Tioga. 2-0. As Hawkinson continues to serve for Tioga, the senior. Floater comes across, and there is a misplay by Jada Turcott on the serve by Hannah Hawkinson. Hannah, the senior for Tioga, gets another crack at it. Puts the ball to play again. Up front, here's Carly Houle, blocked at the net. Kept alive by the Tigers. Quick hands, quick feet. Here's brought across now by Johnson. To Cheyenne Hayes. Cheyenne with the big swing. Fernholz trying to do the same. It's going to be last touched off the arms of Thea Johnson and Cheyenne Hayes. So a point for the Tigers. 3-1 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. As Josie Fernholz goes back. The senior puts it in play. On the outside, here's Cheyenne again with a little doink. And that's a point for Tioga. Sometimes you hit them hard, you get points. Sometimes you tip them over, you get points. 4-1. Pirates the beneficiary of that tip. Tried to catch the Pirates off guard, but Brooke Wackel there. Now the ball goes in near head coach Luann Axelson. And out of bounds, last touch by the Tigers. It's 5-1. Short serve by Wackel. Going to set up Houle on the outside, but Hayes there for the Pirates. Now Cheyenne pushes it across. Turcotte sends it back over to Fernholz, and Cryle puts it down for the point for the Tigers. 5-2. If you're just joining us, welcome back in again. Had a little technical problems at the beginning, but we're glad you're with us again here. 5-2. Cryle brings it across. Cheyenne Hayes going back row with it to Kershane. Sends it to the front as Maggie Claris goes with the hit. Brooke Wackel pushing it across to Cheyenne Hayes. Now here's a back set to Houle. And Houle with the double hit off of the arms of McKenna Landsberg. It's actually called a lift by our chair umpire, Gary Vandell. Cryle continues to serve. The floater comes across. From the middle, Cheyenne Hayes brings it across, but Fernholz there for the Tigers. Cheyenne going backwards as Maya Kershane sends it back up front. A diving Cheryl Hayes keeps it alive. Now there's a block. There's 4 hits by the Pirates. 5-4. Tigers on the right side of your screen, trailing by 1. Here's a setup to Cheyenne Hayes. That one's into the net on the double hit. Point Tioga. As Landsberg will check out, Kiever, the senior, Kennedy will serve in, check in. Goes back to server's row. Floater comes across by Kiever. There's a double hit called against the Tigers. Easy point for Tioga. 7-4. As Kennedy Kiever continues to serve for the Lady Pirates. Another short one. Trying to catch the Tigers off guard. Wackel with the dig. Nobody home for the Pirates on that hit. Miscommunication between the Tioga Pirates, Kiever and Cheryl Hayes. 7-5. As Lillian Hobbs goes back to serve again for the Tigers. Nice serve by Hobbs. Cheyenne brings a floater across from the back row. There's Ron with the dig, sending it over to Kiever. Cheryl Hayes brings it across. Again, another big hit right to that donut hole by Kennedy Houle. And it's a point for the Tigers. 7-6. Pretty evenly matched teams here in our first semifinal round here on GameDay Media. Like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. Give us a thumbs up if you would. That helps promote our channels and gets our feed out there. So whatever you can do to help us. There's a ball that's out of bounds. And that might have been a gift. That looked like it was pretty close to the line. But we're at a vantage point far away from the line judge, and that's the way it is. 8-6, Pirates with the lead. There's a spike attempt by Kennedy Houle into the net. Another point for the Pirates. It is 10-9. 10-6, excuse me. 10-6. Pushed across by Kennedy. That'll be Cheyenne. Get these two girls mixed up. Not intentional by any means, as the ball is beyond the antenna. So the point awarded to the, now they change the score back to 9. So we'll get ourselves straightened out here. It's Cambry Johnson. Keeps it alive up front. The Maroons are they're gonna call the line on the foot on the line, excuse me. So another point for the Tigers. It's 9-8. Clara serves for the Tigers. Up to Sherrill. Dig by Claras. Back row to Cheyenne. Up front to Cambry. Johnson goes to the backside, and it's too deep again. And just like that, we're all tied up in set number 3 at 9 apiece. Maggie Claras again with the serve for the Tigers. Short serve. Punched across by Keever. Pirates reset the defense. And now doesn't matter as the ball is last touched and out of bounds by the Tigers. Almost looked like a tip, but no call from the officials. So the Pirates are awarded a point, 10-9. Aubriana Voles goes with the serve. Fernholz this time keeps it alive, and it's going to be a point on the lift called against Tioga. 10-10. Jada Turcotte, the District 15 Player of the Year. Senior Athlete of the Year, I should say. And there's another. It's the third time the Pirates have let the ball hit the floor in this match so far. (11-10). This time Keever keeps it alive for the Pirates. Floated over by Houle. Now Keever bumps it across. Set up to Fernholz, blocked at the net, kept alive. Now here's a setup to Peyton Ron. Ron goes back row with it to Hobbs. Hobbs goes into the bleachers, and that's a point for Tioga, tying up this third set at 11 apiece. Substitution, Landsberg checks in for Kennedy Keever. Comes in to play front row as Cheryl Hayes at server's row. On the outside, Peyton Ron tries to use her left hand for whatever reason. Not sure, but couldn't get it across. So that point goes to the Tigers. So Maya Kershane now serves with a 1-point lead. Punched across, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Pirates. Pirates are their own worst enemy right now. 13-11. This time, the last hit by the Tigers goes out of bounds. Point goes to Tioga, another one on the board for the Pirates. Hannah Hawkinson checks back in for head coach Shaughnessy Meyer for Peyton Ron. 13-12, the Pirates down by 1. Hawkinson's serve is in. And there's a well-placed hit by Carly Houle, and another point on the board for the Tigers. It's 14-12 here in set number 3. We're tied up at 1 set apiece. Jossie Fernholz back at the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. Thea Johnson brings it across with the reverse bump. Maggie Claras with it. Now here's a chance for the Pirates up, and they just tip it across. The Tigers keep it alive. Josie with a huge play there. Now Claris with a chance to hit it hard. She does. Net slows her down. Ron brings it across. Up to Claris again. This time Pirates can't catch up with it. 15-12, it's a 3-point lead. As Cambry Johnson will check in for Aubriana Voles. And then the libero Brooke Vaca will check in for Cambry Johnson. Tigers up by 3. Here's Cheyenne Hayes, and Hayes with another one that is deep. 16-12. Fernholz, before she can do that, there's a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. Your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard, and it's the Tigers from Trenton 16, the Pirates from Tioga 12. This is a St. Luke's Medical Center timeout. You're listening to region semifinal action here on GameDay Media.
Founded in 2019, Northwest Therapy Services, located in Ray and Williston, North Dakota, provides speech therapy in our clinics as well as partnering with local schools and nursing facilities to provide on-site therapeutic services. Our therapists offer language therapy as well as therapy for social, cognitive, communication, swallowing, feeding, and voice disorders. We are dedicated to providing the highest level of quality services. To schedule an appointment, visit nwtherapyservices.com or call 701-568-8255.
Coming out of that St. Luke's Medical Center timeout called by Shaughnessy Meyer and the Tioga Pirates. The Pirates down by 4, 16-12. Josie Fernholz continues to serve for the Tigers. Hayes brings it across with a punch. There is a fourth hit by the Tigers and a point given to the Pirates. You're watching Game Day Media action on our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Hit that like button if you would. 16-13. Going to do a redo as Vacal gets another chance at it. Claris with a little bump. On the outside, here's Cheyenne Hayes pushing it across high. Claris going to the hitter. And another point for the Trenton Tigers. 17-13. Christy Kreil serves for the Tigers. Up by 4. Up front, here's Cheyenne. Kreil there for the Tigers. On the outside, Cheyenne blocked at the net. Last touch by Peyton Ron and out of bounds. Another point to the Tigers, are now up by 5. They're starting to prowl. 18-13. Getting a little bit more confidence in their step. Pirates going to have to start hitting the ball hard. Here's one for Cheyenne with a chance to do it. Maggie Clara is going to bring it across, and nobody home in the donor hole for Tioga. (19-13). Kreil again with the serve for the Tigers. Cambry Johnson. And there's another well-placed hit by the Tigers. Right now, there's no answer for the Pirates. They're down 20-13 to the Trenton Tigers. Cheyenne Hayes blocked at the net. Another point for the Tigers. Not sure what's happening to Tioga, but they're all out of whack right now. 21-13. 4 points away from the Tigers taking set number 3. There's a double hit by Pirates. You can just see it. Another timeout called by Shaughnessy Meyer. 22-13. We'll step aside. You're listening to Region 8 semifinal action here on GameDay Media.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
As we come out of that St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, it is the Tigers with a 9-point lead, 22-13. Pirates a little slow getting out of the huddle. Take just about every second they can out of that timeout. As Cryle goes back to the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. Cheryl Hayes, and again, the passing is little to be desired here in this third set for the Pirates. 23-13. Cryle serves again. Cambry Johnson goes with the hit that's too deep, and it's going to be set point for the Tigers. Christy Cryle with great serving. Puts the ball in play. Johnson brings it back in for the Pirates. Push to the corner, Vackel there. Good set by Turcotte. Brought across by Claras. Now push to the corner, but Cryle there for the Tigers. Here's a hit into the net by Claras. That breaks the scoring streak. For the Tigers as Kennedy Kiever will check in. Down by 10 here in set number 3. Ball floats across with the knuckleball. And a miss hit again in the back row by the Pirates. Point goes to the Trenton Tigers. That's set point. 24-14. As we'll take a 2-minute timeout here on GameDay Media. Back after this 2-minute timeout.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by
At Ray Farmers Union Elevator, we carry a variety of seed, fertilizer, and crop protection products. We can assist you with everything from buying the seed in the spring to burn down in the fall. Stop in or call 701-568-3343 to see how we can help you today. Optometry Clinic PC of Stanley and Kenmare is eye care for your family. Great eye care begins with regular eye exams. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Tesha Gustafson, call 701-628-3232 or visit optometryclinicpc.com today.
At Prairie Home Furnishings of Stanley, featuring some of the best brands in the industry, such as Ashley, Lazy Boy, and Shaw Flooring, we have something for every room in your home. From furniture to flooring, outdoor living, mattresses, and decor, we truly have everything your home deserves. Shop our everyday low prices locally in store Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and Saturdays from 9 to 4, or shop online anytime at shopphf.com. For all things home, be sure to also follow us on Facebook. Based in Crosby, North Dakota, St. Luke's Medical Center's mission is to provide comprehensive and compassionate health care for individuals and families in cooperation with the area medical community. Our vision is to be recognized as a community leader by delivering quality health care through a team of dedicated professionals in a friendly, compassionate, and growing environment. Recently named one of the top 20 critical access hospitals in the country means our community can count on us to deliver services they need now and in the future. To schedule an appointment, call 701-965-6349.
As we come out of that 2-minute intermission, the Trenton Tigers taking set number 3, 25-14, to take a 2-1 lead over the Tioga Pirates. So the Pirates backs up against the wall, needing a victory in set number 4 to keep this match alive and a chance to play for the championship trophy tomorrow night. Again, if you're just joining us, one of over 1,000 views that we've got so far here tonight. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for us. There's no cost to subscribe. And we've got great sponsors that help make this broadcast possible. As you note them during our broadcast, make sure you stop and thank them for the coverage that they are helping us to provide, as well as patronizing their business. If you would, we'd appreciate that. Let them know you found their ad on GameDay Media. Here's Poole from the corner as Landsberg brings it across. Fernholz comes across with it. There is Brooke Bockel, keeping it alive for Tioga. Up to the front row, fought for at the net, jousted, brought across by Brooke. Great play by the Pirates, not giving up on it. Now to the corner, Jada Turcotte with the dive. Fernholz brings it across. Here's Thea Johnson, and the point goes on the double hit by the Pirates. And so the first point of set number 4 on your Northwest Therapy start of set number 4 goes to the Trenton Tigers. Claris hits it hard. Ball's on the Trenton side again, off the arms of Ron. There's another point for the Tigers. Tigers out to a 2-0 lead. Looks like they want it. Fernholz serving for the Tigers. Back set to Peyton Ron, and the ball goes, hits the antenna. That's a point for Tioga. Anytime the ball hits that red and white antenna on the net, it's a dead ball. As Hawkinson comes in to serve again for Tioga, trailing by 1, 2-1 here, early in set number 4. Claris punches it across this time. Let's see if they're going to set the ball to the front row, and there's a double hit again by Tioga. Another point for the Tigers, 3-1. It's Tristy Kreil serving. There's another point for the Tigers. Kreil with another great serve. It's 4-1. Pirates haven't had an answer for Kreil serving yet. That time she serves it out of bounds. There's your answer. 4-2, the broadcaster's jinx. Bockel puts the ball in play. Turcotte brings it across, but it's going to be wide. 4-3. Short serve. Dug out by Fernholz. Diving save. Up to Cambry Johnson. Blocked at the net. That's a block point. Nobody comes up behind the blocker and cost him a point. 5-3. Whole lot of excitement going on over at the Trenton Tigers sidelines. They're up by 2 here in set number 4. They claim this set. They play for the championship tomorrow. Or on Thursday, I should say. Cambry Johnson with the big hit, blocked by Kennedy Hoole. And there is a point for Tioga as the Tigers can't catch up with it. Stay with us. Our next action will be the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers and the Ray Jays. Cheyenne Hayes goes to the back door, and there's another one that is too deep. Pirates have struggled with their spikes tonight. Clara's with the serve, goes back row. Cheyenne there. Set on the outside to Sherrill, blocked at the net. Pirates can't run it down. It's another point for the Tigers. Tigers playing some good volleyball right now, controlling their own destiny. Not relying on Tioga mistakes as they're hitting the ball hard. Back up to Cambry Johnson with the push. Cheyenne Hayes sends it to the middle again. There's another push. Set up to Cheryl Hayes, and Hayes this time off the arms of the block party set up by the Tigers, puts it off the Trenton arms and out of bounds. Last touch by the Tigers. Good things happen when you hit the ball harder. Cheyenne Hayes, the serve. Fernholz blocked at the net, kept alive by Cambry Johnson, pushed to the corner by Sherrill. And there is a well-placed tip by Jossie Fernholz again, another Trenton Tiger point. 8-5, a 3-point advantage for the Trenton Tigers. Off the net. Oh, they call that a block. Like it went off the net. Here's Kryl setting up Fernholz, and Fernholz tries to find that corner back row just outside the line. Point Tioga. 8-6. Zvakel checks out. Thea Johnson finally comes back in, along with Aubriana Voles checking in for Cambry Johnson. Brought across by Houle. Too close to the net for the Pirates to catch up with it. Another pass that didn't go so well for Tioga. 9-6. Zamaya Kershane now serving for the Tigers. The senior puts the ball in play. Cheryl Hayes goes to the corner. That's off of Claris's arms. Last touch by the Tigers. And the Pirates want to get back into this. They better start hitting the ball hard. 9-7. Cheryl Hayes. Just one reporter's vantage point. There's a big hit by Thea Johnson. 9-8, point Tioga. Again, subscribe to our GameDay Media channel. Like and subscribe it. No cost to subscribe. Enable all the alerts. We'll notify you whenever we go on the air. There's another point for the Pirates as we're all tied up at 9 apiece. Our winter season will begin on November 28th. Continue through March here on GameDay Media. There's another block by the Pirates. Thea Johnson stretching out, putting that block down for a point. 9-9. Fernholz tipped at the net. Here's another chance for Ron. Goes back door, and that one's wide again. And I don't know, it's 10-9 according to our scoreboard operator. Now it's 10-10. Claris with the hit. Tipped at the net by Thea Johnson again. Here's Ron trying to put it away. Kept alive by the Tigers. Thea bringing it across with the reverse bump. Hool from the right corner. Keeps it alive. Cheryl pushes it back over. Claris with the big hit again. Right in front of Cheryl Hayes. 11-10. Tigers take the lead by 1. As Josie Fernholz goes again to the server's row. Floated to the back row for the Pirates up front. Here's Thea. Blocked at the net again by Carly Hool. And now it's a 2-point lead for the Tigers, 12-10. Fernholz doing good job from the server's row here tonight, along with Tristy Cryle, having a lot of success. Short set too far away from the net. Claris goes with it, tipped at the net by Thea, kept alive and put over by Cheryl. And there's the ball hitting the line, another well-placed hit by the Trenton Tigers. And the Trenton Tiger fan base are starting to feel it. Every time there's a point, a big applause comes into play for the Tigers. 3-point lead for the Tigers on the right side of your screen. Ron rides the net, falls over on the Trenton side. Ball passed into the stands, another point for the Tigers. 14-10. Pirates only have one timeout left, according to the score clock. Up front, here's Landsberg going back row. And this time, Kershane will send it into the stands with the dig attempt. 14-11. Hawkinson will again come in for Peyton Ron to server's row. That is Hannah Hawkinson, replacing another senior, Peyton Ron. Ball's in play. Good serve by Hawkinson. Hayes brings it across as Cheryl Hayes unable to keep it alive. Another point for the Tigers. Peyton Ron will come back in, replacing Hannah Hawkinson. (15-11). Point on the floor was in the net. Yep. Carly Hool, the guilty party. 15-12. There's a ball into the net off the arms of Carly Hool again. Another point for Tioga put on the board. Pirates aren't going away. There's another redo for Brooke Vaukel. Kershane brings it across. Here's a set on the outside to Cheyenne. And it goes through the arms of Fernholz. It's another point for the Pirates. 15-14. As Vaukel continues to serve. A set to Carly, push to the corner, and Pirates caught sleeping. Kind of over-rotated a little bit. Nobody was home. And the point goes to the Tigers as Lillian Hobbs comes back in and goes to the Souris Valley Dental Group server's row. Serve is in. Hayes there. That's Cheyenne. Cambry pushes it over. Turcutt with the dig. And there's a great play by McKenna Landsberg keeping that ball alive. There's the ball off the arms of Peyton Ron. It goes way out of bounds. Last touch by the Pirates. We have a timeout on the floor. We need one as well. Your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. It's the Tigers from Trenton 17, the Pirates 14. You're listening to semifinal action from the Region 8 here on GameDay Media.
At Souris Valley Dental Group, we've been using modern treatment techniques and products to help families smile since 1968. Voted as the #1 dentist in Minot, our team of expert dentists combine their unique areas of expertise and their experiences to create treatment plans that help each individual patient meet their goals. Contact our dental office at 701-419-8900 or visit sourisvalleydental.com to schedule an appointment today. You can count on us to keep your family grinning from ear to ear for many years to come.
Coming out of that St. Luke's Medical Center timeout gives us a chance to thank TechNex Solutions, LLC. We offer measurement, sales, service, and support for oil and water measurement equipment in the Bakken. Give Jason a call at 701-641-0647 or get a hold of him by email, jason@technexsolutions.com. Also, great Christmas present. Keep this in mind at 701cornholecompany.com. Located down in Mandan, North Dakota, Brad Anderson, a Stanley native, makes your cookouts even better with customized cornhole sets. And we're playing anti-eye over here. Landsberg finally gets it across. Landsberg now over to Cheyenne Hayes. She doinks it over. And it's going to be Claris trying for the big hit. Brooke Vackel returns it. Back and forth here on the lift called against the Tioga Pirates. Point number 18 for the Tigers. Needing 7 to advance to the Region 8 championship. Ron sends it to the front row. Here's Cambry Johnson putting it down for the Pirates. A lot of emotion by Cambry Johnson in that hit. It's good to see. She's a freshman, folks. Watch her on the basketball floor this year as well. Stands about 6 foot, well coordinated, good athlete. There's a block at the net, last touch by the Pirates. That's point number 19 on the board for the Tigers, needing 6. They got Clara's Maggie back at the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. Keever sends it to the middle, brought across by Hayes. Brooke runs down the loose ball, sent to the middle again. It's going to be Cheyenne Hayes bringing it across. Fernholz dug out by Keever. And again, a set that's too far away from the net for the hitters. Ball goes high, Keever runs it down. 19-15 as we play on, good rally. Set up to Fernholz, tipped at the net, lands in the donut hole, and the Tigers 5 points away from advancing to the championship match on Thursday evening. Cheryl Hayes goes cross court with a hit again, another point for the Tigers. 21-15. Pirates' chances are slipping away here, as the Tigers, the #1 seed out of District 15, playing with a lot of confidence. That time, that's Cheryl Hayes with the Tioga Ace Hardware kill. Blocked at the net. The Tigers, great effort by Maggie Claris trying to run it down. Did everything in her power to keep it alive and just about did. Point, Tioga. Serve is in. Here's a back set to Hool, brings it across. There's a miss hit again by the back row of Tioga. 22-17. The Tigers needing 3 to advance. Hayes brings it across with the push. Now a back set to Hool. She bumps it across. Up to Cambry Johnson, blocked at the net. And comes off the block. Last played by the Pirates. 23-17. And the ball hits the floor again. 4th time that's happened. And it's going to be match point for the Tigers. No room for error for the Pirates. 24-17. As the fans are up in the stands here for the Tigers. Here's Cheryl Hayes sending it, keeping it alive as the Tigers, with a great effort, tried to keep it alive. The Pirates still with life. 24-18 as Clara's all over the floor. Bowles with the serve. Here's Hool bringing it across, diving, and it's kept alive, but the ball hits the Tioga side of the floor, and the Trenton Tigers are the winners of our first semifinal match here tonight as they take down the Pirates 25-18 in set number 4 to take the match 3-1. 25-18 your final score. And again, a 3-1 victory for the Trenton Tigers. We'll step out. We'll come back with our player of the game, and we'll talk with our head coaches, Luann Axelson, and our player of the game after this timeout and a word from our sponsors.
Located in Crosby, North Dakota, Brad Johnson Insurance has been helping clients find insurance coverage since 1986. Our team is passionate about serving the community in which we live and pride ourselves on getting to know our clients to best serve their needs. Our staff is active in the public and strives to better our community through participation, involvement, and by supporting area events and youth programs. For a quote, visit bradjohnsoninsurance.com or call 701-965-4200 today. While being the largest leaseholder in the Bakken, Continental Resources believes that we are among the most efficient and cost-effective producers of oil and natural gas on the planet. One of the most effective ways of putting action behind our values is by giving to those communities in which we operate. American Energy is a huge contributor of tax revenue to local, state, and federal governments, an economic catalyst, and a job creator. If you want to work in an environment that encourages teamwork and putting your ideas into action, visit CLR.com to start your new career today.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
Brandy Larson Insurance of Stanley offers home, auto, business, and farm insurance. For a quote, call 701-628-1414. Your local Farmers Union insurance agent.
Murex Petroleum Corporation, a pioneer for today, creating opportunities for all involved. Extraordinary people, extraordinary assets. MurexPetroleumCorporation.com.
Gustafson Septic Service Incorporated, family owned and operated since 1986. Offering septic service, portable restrooms and hand wash, sewer jet and camera services. Located in Stanley, North Dakota, call for a free quote at 701-628-2960. D&L Paraffin Incorporated is a local family-owned hot oil company that has been in operation since 1981. We work hard to develop good business relationships with the oilfield companies in the Tioga area. While offering services north of Lake Sakakawea, we focus on integrity, hard work, and safety. For all hot oil services, call dispatch at 701-641-3065 or 701-641-6310. And for hiring information, be sure to follow us on Facebook at DL Paraffin.
As we come back to our DNL Paraffin postgame show, I've got the winning head coach of the Trenton Tigers, Luann Axelson, with me to talk about that exciting semifinal victory. Great victory for the Tigers, coach.
Oh, wasn't that? It was just a great game on both sides. Yeah. You know, like we said yesterday, it's tough to see a team come out as on the losing end because both teams played their hearts out, and you know, we were fortunate to come out with a win.
You haven't lost too many sets during the regular season, and Tioga took one from you this time, but you know, I thought your players communicated well for the most part tonight. They played with a lot of effort, and I thought that Maggie Clara's right, all over the floor tonight, keeping the ball alive.
Yeah, she's a phenomenal freshman. You know, she started.
Oh my, that's bad for the.
She started for me as an 8th grader, and it's the first time in my career that I've started an 8th grader. Yeah. But she's just that kid, and a hard nose, and nothing gets her down. You know, she can miss a couple swings, but she comes right back swinging. And you know, I've said this about this group of girls all year. You know, we can come from behind, we can keep the lead, it doesn't matter. These kids are winners. Yeah. They know how to win. They find a way within them, and together they do it together, and they're just, you know, they're just a great bunch of kids. And one of our goals, our goal this year was to play in the championship. And then whatever happens there happens. You know, we'll regroup and decide what we're going to do if we make it to state. Yeah. But we wanted to get to the championship game.
Well, you've checked off one for the goal list. You're headed to the championship game on Thursday night against the winner of our next match between the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers and the Ray Jays. Thanks, Coach, and good luck to you on Thursday.
Appreciate it.
We'll come back here and we'll get Maggie Claris. We're waiting for Maggie to come over here. She's a little shy, but I wanted to get you on, and we've been naming you the Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game. You had a great match this evening against the Tioga Pirates. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you know, one of the reasons that we did that is that you were all over the floor, and you're from the service line. You proved a winner, and just your effort tonight led your Tigers to the victory tonight. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sure that as a freshman, this is kind of new for you. You're playing in the championship game again on Thursday against the winner of our next match. And you play with a lot of ice in your veins. I'm pretty impressed with the way you play.
I'm going to do what I can. I need to do this because my team needs me, and I believe we can get somewhere. I truly believe that.
I think you've got the hitters, you've got the athleticism on your team, and I think you're going to give a run to anybody on Thursday night. Congratulations to Maggie. You're our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game. We'll step aside. We'll come back after this timeout. Thank you.
At Tioga Ace Hardware, our store is a member of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperative in the industry. We are all committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. As the helpful hardware folks in your community, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Shop the biggest brands all under one roof at 119 North Main Street in Tioga, or shop online at acehardware.com.
At Prairie Home Furnishings of Stanley, featuring some of the best brands in the industry, such as Ashley, La-Z-Boy, and Shaw Flooring, we have something for every room in your home. From furniture to flooring, outdoor living, mattresses, and decor, we truly have everything your home deserves. Shop our everyday low prices locally in store Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and Saturdays from 9 to 4, or shop online anytime at shopphf.com. For all things home, be sure to also follow us on Facebook.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
At North Country Mercantile and Equipment, we are a short-line equipment dealer with locations in Kenmare and Minot, North Dakota. We're also a certified expert Purina dealer with a large selection of livestock, equine, poultry, show animal, and pet food for sale. Browse our inventory online at northcountrymerc.com or give us a call at 701-385-3300.
The Trenton Indian Service Area offers a community health clinic that includes a variety of medical disciplines. Open Monday through Friday. You can find them on their website at mytissa.org.
At Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, our vision is to be the respected and recognized leader in agricultural equipment and the employer of choice by helping people succeed. Our mission is to serve agricultural customers and communities by partnering to meet their needs through the sales and support of farm equipment and technology. Visit plainsag.com to check local inventory or stop by at 8141 off Highway 2 in Stanley, North Dakota today.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
MC Property and Maintenance LLC is a family-owned and operated property management, maintenance, and handyman company based in Stanley, North Dakota. From lawn care to snow removal and everything in between, let us manage every aspect of your rental, property, and maintenance needs. To schedule an appointment, call Max at 701-641-2772. Rising Sports Academy, based in Stanley, North Dakota, offering skill sessions for basketball, football, volleyball, baseball, and softball. Check them out on Facebook at Rising Sports Academy.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by Bingaman Construction in Ray, North Dakota, your go-to for all your residential and commercial spray foam and construction needs. Tegan's Interiors, located on Main Street in Crosby, North Dakota. Follow them on Facebook or find them online at tegansinteriors.com. Tioga Drug and Soda Shop, located at 106 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit tiogadrug.com.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Othione Boutique. Shop in person in downtown Tioga or visit their website at shopothione.com.
Nessa Consulting, located in Tioga, North Dakota. Visit nessaconsulting.com. Border Mobile Grain Cleaning, based in Columbus, North Dakota, offers custom on-the-farm grain cleaning for spring wheat, durum, and barley. Contact Ethan Bakken at 701-310-5007 or find him on Facebook at Border Mobile Grain Cleaning. Located in Crosby, North Dakota, Brad Johnson Insurance has been helping clients find insurance coverage since 1986. Our team is passionate about serving the community in which we live and pride ourselves on getting to know our clients to best serve their needs. Our staff is active in the public and strives to better our community through participation, involvement, and by supporting area events and youth programs. For a quote, visit bradjohnsoninsurance.com or call 701-965-4200 today. As we come back to live game action here at Terry Olson Court, high atop the Williston College at the well. The winners moving on into championship round. The Trenton Tigers taking down the Tioga Lady Pirates. Next action is going to be between District 16 seeded 3 Ray Jays, the visitors on the scoreboard, and the home team on the scoreboard. The number 1 District 16 team, the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers. We'll be back reset. Give us about 10 minutes. We'll be back live with more Game Day Media action here from the Region 8 tournament, live from Williston State College.
As we come back here to the well at the Region 8, my name's Randy Peterson alongside our production crew, David Peterson and Eli Clark, running the show tonight. The first match is in the books. It was the Trenton Tigers defeating the Tioga Pirates in our first semifinal round this evening with a 3-1 set victory for the Tigers to advance to Thursday night's championship match. The winner of our next set and match here between the Ray Jays and the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers will face the Tigers in our second game of coverage on day number 3, the final day of coverage here at the well in Williston, North Dakota. Again, my name's Randy Peterson. Glad you've joined us here on GameDay Media. And little bit of fun information here. The Kenmare Bowbells Honkers defeated the Ray Jays 2-1 in a Coal Country tournament on August 26th. And then in head-to-head competition on October 12th, the Honkers defeated the Ray Jays again 3-1. And so the Honkers are the defending Region 8 champions, and the Ray Jays know that they can play with the Honkers. Very much of confidence issue for both teams, as both teams yesterday evening, their head coach is Tim Wallstrom and Angie Kincaid, both not very pleased with the way their team played yesterday, and so they're looking forward to a better match today, and they're going to have to do that if they want to play against this high-powered District 15 champion, the Trenton Tigers, on Thursday evening. With that, we're going to send it back to our studio for a quick timeout. We'll come back with our starting lineups after a few words from some of our sponsors. You're listening to coverage of the Region 8 tournament here on GameDay Media.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
Since 1961, Tioga Medical Center has been providing quality health care to Northwest North Dakota patients. With a newly built clinic in Tioga, where primary care providers along with visiting specialists are caring for patients every day. Primary care clinics in Ray and Powers Lake also. Call for an appointment today at 701-664-3368. Tioga Medical Center. Great staff making a difference in the lives of patients every day.
D&L Paraffin Incorporated is a local family-owned hot oil company that has been in operation since 1981. We work hard to develop good business relationships with the oilfield companies in the Tioga area. While offering services north of Lake Sakakawea, we focus on integrity, hard work, and safety. For all hot oil services, call dispatch at 701-641-3065 or 701-641-6310. And for hiring information, be sure to follow us on Facebook at DL Paraffin. While being the largest leaseholder in the Bakken, Continental Resources believes that we are among the most efficient and cost-effective producers of oil and natural gas on the planet. One of the most effective ways of putting action behind our values is by giving to those communities in which we operate. American Energy is a huge contributor of tax revenue to local, state, and federal governments, an economic catalyst, and a job creator. If you want to work in an environment that encourages teamwork and putting your ideas into action, visit CLR.com to start your new career today.
And as we come back here to the well on the campus of Williston State College, my name's Randy Peterson, and we have our second semifinal match. The winner of this match between the Ray Jays and the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers will face the Trenton Tigers in the championship match of day number 3 here at the well on Thursday evening. It's time now for our starting lineups. And head coach Angie Kincaid is in her second year as the head coach for the Ray Jays. She's an early childhood special educator for Wilmac based out of Williston, North Dakota. She's got 2 daughters on this year's team. Brindley Kincaid, a freshman, and Maylee Kincaid, a senior. And their 2023 record is 13-20 overall, including a lot of tournament coverage. And they came out of the district as the number 3 seed out of the District 16 postseason tournament. As their non-starters are being introduced right now. And Angie Kincaid, in her second year as a head coach, she is assisted by Kelly Heyer and Courtney Olson. Mine slipped a little bit there. A former Wild Rose Roses. That name rings a bell. I used to be a Roses at one time in my career when I was in 4th grade. As the non-starters for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers are getting some recognition here by our tournament manager, Alex Herman, on the PA system. And as we go to our starting lineups for the Ray Jays, they'll start out with Elena Nelson, followed by Maddox Falk. Number 5, Brinley Kincaid. Maylee Kincaid is also starting. Abby Olson and Erica Kettleson gets a start, along with Cadence Sargent. And the libero is Abby Olson. So the Ray Jays wearing black and red, of course. And the Kenmare Honkers will start this way. Starting, it'll be number 2, Chloe Grindlin getting the start tonight. Number 3, Lexi Holter also in the starting lineup for head coach Tim Wallstrand and Strokeland. Her sister Brenna's playing in a basketball game tonight, according to her dad. Carson Lautenschlager, Taya Offorth, Brooklyn Rains, and Bria Kress getting the starting role tonight for head coach Tim Wallstrom, 2-time championship coach in 2007 and 2009, been at the business for 36 years. He's in the 1,000 Career Victory Club. He's a Coaches Hall of Fame inductee in 2022. He was the State Coach of the Year in 1992 and 1998. He teaches social studies up at Kenmare. He's got 16 different district champions. Let's start that over. He's got 16 district championships under his belt, including this year's championship. He's trying for his 15th region champion. He's got 4 of them under his belt right now. His daughter is also a head volleyball coach at Mohall Lansford Sherwood, and he had a record, according to the North Dakota High School Activities Association, of 13-9. The broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. Both teams introduced. Gary Schell and Jessica Hanna, a former Alexander Comet. Maiden name Jessica James, if that rings a bell to anybody. Very good athlete, now helping these young student athletes achieve their extracurricular goals as the Northwest Therapy Services first serve of the opening set in our second semifinal match is underway. We're at the NCC Sports Desk, and we just concluded our Border Plains Equipment pregame show as the first point goes to the Ray Jays off the hit by the Jays. They're up 1-0. That'll be Maylee Kincaid going back to the Sears Valley Dental Group servers row. Serve is in by Kincaid. She can string them together if she gets a chance. Punched across by Offorth, the sophomore for the Honkers. Up front, here's Maya Knox. Off the tip, goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Honkers. And there's another point on the board for the Ray Jays. Maylee serves it into the net. Service error, free point for the Honkers. 2-1 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. It'll be Taya Offorth now back serving for the Honkers. Maya Knox brings it across with a bump, goes to the corner, dug out by Grindlin. And now that is Ann Strokeland with the Tioga Ace Hardware kill. And didn't see a whole lot of that yesterday. She was more in a setter's position. I wonder if they're not going to flip-flop that a little bit here tonight. Kettleson bumps it across. Here's a set over to Holter. Holter goes along the net. A diving Maddox Folk can't keep it alive. And the point awarded to the Honkers. They're up 3-2 as Opforth continues to serve for the Honkers. Here's a set by Brindley Kincaid. Kettleson goes back row, but it's too deep with the kill attempt. And the Honkers up by 2 at 4-2. Here early in set number 1. This is like a best of 5 match again. Make sure you tell your friends and family all over the United States. Go to our Facebook or our YouTube channel. And like and subscribe to GameDay Media ND. And there's another kill by Ann Strokeland for another big point. Like and follow us on our social media site, Facebook. And hit that like button on our YouTube channel. Helps us with all the internet things that we need to do. Gets our name out there a little bit more and gives us a chance to get more viewers. And our clients appreciate that. Speaking of our clients, we couldn't do it without our clients helping us out with the broadcast of this tournament as the Ray Jays keep it alive. But make sure you stop in those clients and tell them thanks for allowing us to put this coverage of the Region 8 tournament on our YouTube channel, GameDay Media ND. 5-2 is good volley here, and there is a ball last touched out of bounds by Erica Kettleson. She hit it to the line, but just a little bit too wide, and it's 6-2 in favor of the Honkers from Kenmare Bowbells. A set on the outside to Maya Knox. She brings it back into play. Now here's a set over to Lexi Holter. Larson there for the Jays. Up front, Knox trying to go deep with it, and it's too deep. Another point for the Honkers. 7-2 as Taya Opforth has strung together 6 points in a row. Pushed over, diving. Holter keeps it alive, and it pays off for him with a big point for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers. Great effort by Lexi Holter, the senior for Kenmare Bowbells. Another point on the board for the Honkers. Up front, here's Maya Knox pushing it across. Kind of think the Ray Jays are going to have to hit the ball harder if they want to stay with the Honkers. Because you know Ann Strokeland's going to hit it hard, and he puts another one down, another Tioga Ace hardware kill. It's 9-2. Quick lead by the Honkers here in set number 1. And the friendly net. Ball lands on the Kenmare side, but it's kept alive as Brindley Kincaid pushes it across. Crest there, pops it over. From the left side, it is Maya Knox putting it down for the second point. Third point of the night for the Ray Jays as Brindley Kincaid goes to the Service Valley Dental Group servers row. Almost out of bounds, kept alive by Brooklyn Rains, but the Kenmare Honkers unable to catch up with the third hit. It's a point on the board for the Ray Jays. 9-4 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game at the service line. That's Brindley Kincaid for the Ray Jays. This time the friendly net here at the well in Williston favors the Kenmare Honkers with a point. 10-4. The Honkers with the lead as Lexi Holter goes to the service row. Pass to the front row. Pumped over for Kettleson. Kettleson keeps it alive. And a better job by the Honkers. Opforth with a great effort. And there, Falk hits the donut hole. Nobody home for the Honkers. Hey, they found Tim Wallstrom a chair tonight. He stood most of the match from last night. He's still sitting in the Tim Wallstrom pose with his arms crossed. No big concern right now as he's up 11-5. Another point on the board for the Honkers. I don't know if he had to put a special requisition into our tournament manager, Alex Herman, or if he stole one from somewhere. There's Sargent. Almost a miss hit, but it was a good miss hit. If it was a well-placed ball by Caden Sargent, the southpaw from Ray, a sophomore, as Elena Nelson checks in for the Ray Jays. Down by 5 as Nelson's serve gets the friendly net at the well here. That's a Tioga Ace Hardware ace. And there's going to be a redo for Elena Nelson. Strokeland with the serve receive, bumps it across. Pass to the middle, Sargent tips it over. Lilibeth. Santizo, our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game from yesterday's match for the Honkers. And there's a big hit by Lilibeth again from the left corner. Another point on the board for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers. 12-7. As we play on with Ann Strokeland going back to the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. Haley Kincaid with a big hit. Finds the open spot on defense. Well placed on the Tioga Ace Hardware kill by Maylee Kincaid. Maddox Falk, the all-region softball pitcher for the Ray Jays, back at the servers row. The knuckleball comes across, and it's a Tioga Ace Hardware ace. Sponsor of our aces, Tioga Hardware, located in Tioga, North Dakota. Nathan Germanson, the general manager and owner of the Tioga Ace Hardware. And there's a ball hitting the floor on the Ray side. Free point for the Honkers, 13-9. Lilibeth Santizo puts the ball in play at the servers row. Here's Sargent going too deep with her kill attempt. Another point for the Honkers on the board. Lilibeth. Where's number 25? As Maylee Kincaid brings it across, crest there for the Honkers. Here's Carson Lautenschlager trying to put it home, but here's Maylee Kincaid again. Another big hit by Santizo. What a dig. My goodness, that came with a lot of snort behind it. Santizo able to keep it alive for the Honkers. On the outside, Maylee Kincaid this time drives it home for the point on the board for the Ray Jays. You're watching Game Day Media coverage of our Region 8 semifinal match. Match number 2 of the night here on day number 2. Trenton Tigers awaiting the winner of this match on Thursday night for the championship. The right to play at the Fargo Dome at the state Class B tournament. There's a ball tipped off the arms, last touch by the Ray Jays, and when you hit the ball hard, good things happen. Rhea Crest now serving for the Honkers. Ball's in play. Honkers up by 5 as Kettleson brings it across, but it's wide and to the left. Another point for the Honkers, a 6-point lead for Bria Crest and her Kenmare Bowbells Honkers teammates. There's one into the net. Free point for the Ray Jays. Cuts the lead down to 5. It's going to be Ava Long checking in for head coach Angie Kincaid as she goes to the servers row. Long puts the ball in play. Maya Knox brings it across. Long is a freshman for head coach Angie Kincaid. 2 freshmen on the floor as Kettleson hits it 3 times, can only hit it once. It's another point for the Honkers. 17-11, kind of misstepped a little bit, lost her balance. 17-11 as Opforth back at the service line again. Taya Opforth keeps the ball alive. They get off the deck as Holter brings it across. There's the ball, last touch by the Honkers. That's a point for the Ray Jays. 17-12 is Brindley Kincaid, our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game from yesterday's match for the Ray Jays at the service line. Brought across there by Maddox Falk with a well-placed hit. Another point on the board, 17-13. Ray Jays hanging around. Brindley Kincaid with a Tioga Ace Hardware ace as Brooklyn Rains unable to rein it in. 17-14. Again, like and subscribe if you would to our YouTube channel. GameDay Media ND. Enable all the notifications. Up near the NCC Sports Desk, we have 3 guys up here. We would have sacrificed our bodies to save the equipment, especially Eli. 18-14. Good rally here. Knox tries to drive it home, but Crest with the dive. Pancake save. Kettleson at the net. There's a lift called against the Ray Jays. Ray Jays trail now by 5, 19-14. As Lexi Holter at the Service Valley Dental Group servers row and serves it out of bounds. (19-15). Erica Kettleson goes back to try her luck from the service row. Good serve by Kettleson. Low to the net. And there's a well-placed ball by Lilibeth Santizo. Another point on the board for the Honkers. 20-15. Carson say that 4 times real fast. Carson Lottschlager as Brooklyn Rains serves it into the net. Point Ray. Free one for the Jays. 20-16 as Maya Knox checks out. And Elena Nelson will check in. Maylee Kincaid comes back in for the Ray Jays to play front row. Nelson with the serve, dug out there by Crest as Strokeland puts it down, and the lift called against the Ray Jays. 21-16. As the Honkers and Strokeland back at server's row. Nice serve comes across and out of the net. The Ray Jays can't catch up with it. 22-16. Obvious underdogs. The Ray Jays have nothing to lose, according to head coach Angie Kincaid, and she's right about that. Got to play with a lot of heart against the defending Region 8 champions. Swatted across by Taya Offworth with a big long arms. 23-16. And with that, we have a timeout on the floor. Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. It is 23-16. The Honkers on top of the Ray Jays. You're listening to semifinal action here on GameDay Media.
Based in Crosby, North Dakota, St. Luke's Medical Center's mission is to provide comprehensive and compassionate health care for individuals and families in cooperation with the area medical community. Our vision is to be recognized as a community leader by delivering quality health care through a team of dedicated professionals in a friendly, compassionate, and growing environment. Recently named one of the top 20 critical access hospitals in the country means our community can count on us to deliver services they need now and in the future. To schedule an appointment, call 701-965-6349.
As we come back to GameDay Media out of that St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, the Ray Jays boys basketball head coach and his daughter, Michael Bergstrom, sitting next to longtime coach Arlie Larson, getting some advice. A lot of knowledge in Arlie Larson, and he's been on the head coach position for a while for the Ray Jays. Michael Bergstrom taking over for Arlie, but Arlie's still contributing, and I think he enjoys coaching the Ray Jays. 23-16. There's the ball off the arms of the Kenmare Honkers. Point put down by Maylee Kincaid with the hard hit. 23-17. Falk goes back to the server's row, clips the net. Kept alive by Lautenschlager as Aufforth brings it across. On the in the middle, it is Sargent. And a ball that probably should have been left alone. But it's hard to slow down your momentum as Lautenschlager put her hand on it. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Honkers. Point Ray. Crest with the serve receive. Up front here is Aufforth with the big swing and another point for the Jays. Jays have got 19. The Honkers have got 23. Maddox Falk at the server's row. Pass to the front, punched over, but they're going to call Lilibeth Santizo in the net. And right now, the Ray Jays have climbed back into this set. They're only down by 3. Another good serve. As Holter pushes it across for the Honkers. From the middle, Sargent jousting with Aufforth at the net. Sargent now goes back row. This time, Crest dives out of the way. And the ball sails out of bounds. Point for the Honkers, and we're at 24-20. It's set point for Lilibeth Santizo. Santizo puts the ball in play. Ball's going to go backwards. They got to get it over. Abby Olson just clears the net. Now's a diving Brindley Kincaid, gives us a sister Maylee. Now on the Kenmare side. Aufforth with the big swing, and it's out of bounds. Point Ray, 24-21. As Chloe Grindelin comes in for Lilibeth Santizo. This is getting interesting here in set number 1 as Avery Larson comes in to serve for the Jays. Short serve, kept alive by Aufforth with a great dig there by the back row from Kenmare. Holter drives it home with the tip and the winning point as the Honkers claim set number 1, 25-21 here on Game Day Media. We'll step aside, we'll take an intermission, we'll come back after this timeout. You're listening to Region 8 semifinal action here on Game Day Media.
At Souris Valley Dental Group, we've been using modern treatment techniques and products to help families smile since 1968. Voted as the #1 dentist in Minot, our team of expert dentists combine their unique areas of expertise and their experiences to create treatment plans that help each individual patient meet their goals. Contact our dental office at 701-419-8900 or visit sourisvalleydental.com to schedule an appointment today. You can count on us to keep your family grinning from ear to ear for many years to come. Located in Crosby, North Dakota, Brad Johnson Insurance has been helping clients find insurance coverage since 1986. Our team is passionate about serving the community in which we live and pride ourselves on getting to know our clients to best serve their needs. Our staff is active in the public and strives to better our community through participation, involvement, and by supporting area events and youth programs. For a quote, visit bradjohnsoninsurance.com or call 701-965-4200 today.
Founded in 2019, Northwest Therapy Services, located in Ray and Williston, North Dakota, provides speech therapy in our clinics as well as partnering with local schools and nursing facilities to provide on-site therapeutic services. Our therapists offer language therapy as well as therapy for social, cognitive, communication, swallowing, feeding, and voice disorders. We are dedicated to providing the highest level of quality services. To schedule an appointment, visit nwtherapyservices.com or call 701-568-8255.
As we come out of the 2-minute intermission, probably notice some of the fans in the stands as we try to highlight them. Right now, Deb DeMoe and her husband Dean. Deb DeMoe, the elementary teacher from Tioga, former Teton, former Jamestown Jimmy, and giving a wave here on GameDay Media. Deb is going to be starting her coaching for the girls basketball program in Tioga in about a week's time. On the 13th of November, I believe, is when they start their first practice for the girls. Not much of a break for the girls that play basketball, but that's the way it is. As we recap our first set, it was the Honkers with a 25-21 victory in set number 1. As we continue on here, for those girls that are basketball players and happen to go to the state, those count towards your tournament requirements, or your practice requirements, I should say, by going to the state. So they're not limited that way, but the first set of set number 2, sponsored by Northwest Therapy Services, is off the arms of the Ray Jays' Erica Kettleson. First point goes to the Honkers as Lexi Holter. We're broadcasting live from the NCC Sports Desk high atop the well here at campus of Williston State College. Our tournament manager, Alex Herman, running the boards tonight down at the big scoreboard here. Great facility as the Honkers put down another kill. This time it's Ann Strokeland with the kill as Holter goes back to server's row again. There's a ball that is awarded. They say that is a point for the Honkers. Okay, and so that last point goes to the Ray Jays. The reason that one ball was given to the Honkers is it went outside the antenna as Brinley Kincaid uncharacteristically has a service error. She missed one in all of her attempts yesterday in their 4-set match that they had yesterday with the Williston Trinity Christian Crusaders. Kettleson just tips it over. Kept alive by the Honkers. Santizo. Now Knox brings it across. Great play by the Ray Jays, keeping it alive. Santizo comes across with it, then it goes out of bounds. Last played by Maylee Kincaid. Another point on the board for the Honkers. They're up 5-1. Again, we'll have two matches of coverage on Thursday. The 3rd and 4th place trophy will start at 6 o'clock, followed by the championship match after that. And so the point again on the board for the Kenmare Honkers, and Strokeland puts it down again for another point. And there is a misplay between the Kincaid sisters. A free point for Kenmare. There's a serve that's too deep by Brooklyn Rays, and there's another free point in return for the Ray Jays off the service error by Brooklyn Rains. Erica Kettleson, short serve, a diving pancake feed by Kress keeps it alive for the Honkers. Back row hit. It's going to be out of bounds on the hit by Maddox Falk. Another point on the board for the Honkers. 8-2. And there's Ann Strokeland with a service there, kind of frustrated with herself. Puts a free point on the board for the Ray Jays. Elena Nelson will check in for Maya Knox. As Offworth tries to put it down, and she does with the Tioga Ace hardware kill. A lot of great sponsors helping us broadcast this tournament. Make sure you tell them thanks for coming on board with our initial season here on GameDay Media. It's been a lot of fun. We appreciate all the comments that we get, as the Ray Jays can't catch up with that hit, and there's 10 points on the board for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers as Santizo continues to serve. Set to the middle, Sargent pops it across. Ray Jays are going to have to hit the ball harder, in my opinion, but just when I say that, they just slap it across and gain a point. So what do I know? I'm just a broadcaster. Got to play a little baseball up here when I was with the Williston Tetons under my head coach, Phil Raybon. And there's a miss hit by Lexi Holter. Tomorrow I'm going to have a little conversation with one of the favorite players as a Williston Teton, Hunter Berg, is also the director of the Williston State College Foundation. We're going to talk a little bit about baseball on the Tioga, with Hunter Berg. Probably end up in a publication somewhere if it's good enough, but I'm looking forward to my conversation with Hunter Berg. There's a lift call against Kenmare. I don't know, Honkers lead by 3 now, 10-7. You're watching our coverage here on GameDay Media. Melee Kincaid with a great set, puts it down for another point. Tim Wallstrom still has his arms crossed, not too much concern. Probably got a heart rate of 50 or less. I don't know, doesn't seem to be too worked up. He might though if they keep playing like this. Another point for the Jays. And it's a 1-point lead for Ray. He's uncrossed his arms and now has got to the thinker mode. He's got his arm up around his chin. He's a good guy. There's a point for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers. He is the national president of the High School Coaches Association for this coming year. It's quite an honor for a North Dakota guy. There's a big hit by Caden Sargent. Tim started out his employment career as a North Dakota Highway Patrol officer and went back to teaching at Kenmare High School. Been there ever since as a social studies teacher. 36 years as a coach for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers, co-op now. 2 state championships under his belt. As there's a well-placed hit by Lexi Holter, and there's another point for the Honkers. 12-10. We have a change in possession. We want to thank the Porch over in Ray, North Dakota, a locally owned coffee shop, owned and operated by Mandy Knox. There's a flavor for everybody over at the Porch in Ray. Located on Highway 2, stop by, grab a drink at the Porch. Support one of our supporters. Thanks so much to Mandy Knox. There's a ball tipped over by Holter. The Ray Jays can't run it down. And it's another point on the board for the Honkers. 14-10. Here in set number 2, and another point as the ball hits the deck. For the Honkers, it's 15-10. Kettleson brings it across. Offworth going to set up the outside. Holter tips it across. Nobody. Now they do get it. Great hustle by the Ray Jays. Spoke before I needed to. There's Ann Strokeland finding his hole on defense. Puts it down for another point. 16-10. Big hit by Maylee Kincaid, putting it down for a point for the Ray Jays. So it'll be the Jays. Maylee Kincaid going back to the server's row. Ball's in play. Crest with the receive. Brought across by Holter. Up front to Knox, jousting at the net. It's last touch by the Honkers and out of bounds. It'll be a point for the Ray Jays. 16-12. There's a big swing by Ann Strokeland from the left corner. Another point for the Honkers. Flag Family Media Group picking up our audio feed here on 1090 AM and 92.7 FM. Flag Family based out of Fargo, North Dakota, your conservative talk show radio station located up here in northwest North Dakota. Here's a roll by Kettleson, which is too deep. Here's Holter running it down. Up front, Santizo brings it across. Now Maya Knox with a diving crest, keeping it alive as Strokeland puts it down for another big kill. Great set by the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers. If you want to get better at your sport, Rising Sports Academy, located in Stanley, North Dakota. They focus on building an athlete's individual skill sets, including basketball, football, volleyball, baseball, and softball. Get a hold of Max Duvetter or Corey Anderson. Max Murphy and Corey Anderson. Different strength and conditioning programs for grades 6 through 12. And also athletic development programs for grades K through 5. And so they offer a great service over there in Stanley, North Dakota called Rising Sports Academy. 2013. (20-13). Here's Offorth. Maya Knox finds the line. 20-14. Erica Kettleson now at server's row for the Ray Jays. And there's a Tioga Ace Hardware ace. Great serve by Erica Kettleson. Put a little bit on that one. Low to the net. A lot of speed behind it. This time she slows it down, allows Crest to get up to it. Strokeland goes back row with her push. Maya Knox brings it across and nobody home for the Honkers. 2016. Brevera Bank, proud supporter of the Stanley community and Stanley Blue Jays, helping you, our customer, forge new paths to achieve your financial goals at Brevera Bank. As we play on here, Lautenschlager runs it down, Offorth, Strokeland's able to get it across, but the ball hits the floor. It's a point on the lift by the Honkers. Another point, point number 17. Strokeland tries to drive it through. Brindley Kincaid with the dig. And despite that, the Honkers able to put it down for another point. It's 21-17. Kenmare looking to take a 2-0 advantage with this set number 2. Knox with the serve receive dig. Sargent brings it across, and that's wide and to the right. 22-17. DA Land LLC, established in 2021, providing quality skid steer attachments, farm and ranch supplies, feed and pet supplies to the Tioga area. That point goes to the Ray Jays. 22-18. Elena Nelson now checking in, and she has a service error. Point Kenmare. Free one for the Honkers. As Lilibeth Santizo goes to the Service Valley Dental Group servers row, looking for another point. As Maley Kincaid. Great effort by the Honkers. Punched across by Brindley Kincaid. Now Brindley goes backwards with it. They got to get it over. Sargent does just that. Here's a set to the outside. Holter with the kill off the tip in the front row. And it's set point for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers. 24-18, no room for error for the Ray Jays. Short serve, Abby Olson to dig it out. Pushed across by Maley Kincaid. Now they're going to set up Holter. Kept alive, and there's a lift called against the Ray Jays, and that is set point. And it's 25-18. The Ray Jays take set number 2 as Angie Kincaid didn't agree with that call, but Shell's not gonna change his mind. 25-18, the Honkers over the Ray Jays in set number 2. We'll step aside. We'll come back with set number 3. You're listening to Game Day Media coverage of the Region 8 semifinal round on day number 2. Back after this timeout.
Voted a top 20 critical access hospital in quality, our level 5 trauma center is ready to handle all your emergency needs with our acute stroke ready certification and full lab and radiology departments. Our physical, occupational, and speech therapy providers are available for all your rehab care, and our family practice clinic provides a variety of care including well child and child immunizations. Psychiatric care is available by telehealth, and mental health is available in person. To schedule an appointment, call us at 701-628-2505 or find us on our website at stanleyhealth.org. Montreal County Medical Center, here to help you throughout a lifetime.
At Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, our vision is to be the respected and recognized leader in agricultural equipment and the employer of choice by helping people succeed. Our mission is to serve agricultural customers and communities by partnering to meet their needs through the sales and support of farm equipment and technology. Visit plainsag.com to check local inventory or stop by at 8141 off Highway 2 in Stanley, North Dakota today.
As we come out of that intermission between set number 2 and 3, the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers with a commanding 2-0 lead as we transition into our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game. During our first semifinal game, it was Maggie Claris being named our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game. She was all over the floor tonight for the Trenton Tigers as she led her Tigers to championship night on Thursday night. Their opponent to be determined here in our second semifinal match between the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers and the Ray Jays. Right now, the Honkers in control of this match with a 2-0 lead over the Ray Jays. We have a little break in the action. It gives us a chance to thank some more of our live mentioned sponsors, including Surge Aesthetics, located in Tioga and Hazen. Our purpose is to enhance our natural beauty and give you the confidence you need. Call Sarah in Tioga at 701-641-6429 or Corey at 701-870-0529 for your Hazen appointments as well. That's Surge Aesthetics. Technic Solutions, offering measurement sales, service and support for oil and water measurement equipment in the Bakken. Call Jason at 701-641-0647 or get a hold of them at jason@technicsolutions.com. 701 Cornhole Company offering a great Christmas idea. They make customized cornhole sets that make your cookouts even better. Visit their website at 701cornholecompany.com to see what they can make for you. And Patriot Oilfield Service, located in Tioga, North Dakota. Nate Ron and his team at Patriot Oilfield Service, wishing the Pirates all the best this season. Kyle Hansen, Thrivent Financial Agent in Stanley, North Dakota. For all your financial planning needs in Northwest North Dakota, call Kyle Hansen or Becky Kettle, your local Thrivent advisors, at 701-628-2384. As we come back, our Northwest Therapy Services start of set number 3. The Kenmare Honkers out to a quick 2-0 lead. Here's Holter bringing it across. As Kettleson goes to the left corner. Quick Honkers keep it alive. Brindley Kincaid now over to Maylee Kincaid, and she spikes it into the net. Another point for the Honkers. 3 to 0, excuse me, on your scoreboard. The Honkers taking set number 1, 25-21, and took set number 2, 25-18. There's Kincaid with a big kill for the Ray Jays to try to spark up a little bit more for the Ray Jays and get them going here. They're down by 2, 3-1. Maylee Kincaid goes back row with it. There's a lift called against Holter. 3-2. Here in set number 3, Ray Jays need to take the next 3 sets if they want to meet the Trenton Tigers in the championship mat, as Offworth tries to put it through Maylee Kincaid. And there's a point for the Jays. Ray Jays battling and scrapping here. It's 3-3 here in set number 3. You're watching coverage of the Region 8 Volleyball Tournament on GameDay Media. Like and subscribe if you would. No cost to subscribe. And enable all the notifications. We're going to go into our basketball season after our volleyball season is over. Our first basketball game will be up in Kenmare, where these Honkers will entertain the South Prairie Royals on November 28th. Looking forward to that contest. 5-3. Offworth pushes it across. Up front here is Maya Knox keeping it alive. Off of the Ray Jays, last touch by the Jays. And that point awarded to the Honkers. There's a Tioga Ace Hardware ace. Miscommunication in the back row by the Ray Jays. Maddox Falk and Avery Larson let the ball hit. 5-5. There's a ball that goes off the foot of Taya Offworth. And they do a replay. So Offworth puts it in play with a good serve. Knox can't get it over on the third hit. And just like that, the Honkers back out on top by 1, 6-5 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Offworth, the sophomore for the Honkers. Great dive by Lexi Holter as the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Honkers, but a great effort by Lexi Holter to keep the ball alive as the Ray Jays tie it up at 6 apiece. Brindley Kincaid sends it. Honkers let it hit the floor. Ray with a 1-point lead, 7-6. And there's another great serve by Brindley Kincaid. Tim Wallstrom still with his arms crossed over on the Kenmare bench. Down by 2 here in set number 3. Short serve. Strokeland unable to pass it up. Press goes under the net. And another point. It's a 3-point lead, the biggest lead of the night for the Ray Jays. Here in set number 3 as Brindley Kincaid continues to serve. Taya Offworth brings it across just inside the out-of-bounds line as Kettleson puts it down for the Ray Jays. 10-6. Things looking pretty good for the Ray Jays right now. And I don't know, I think that was behind the antenna. And that point goes to the Ray Jays for another point. It's up to a 5-point lead. 11-6 for the Ray Jays here in set number 3. There's a ball put down in the front row by Ann Strokeland. When you need a point, that's your go-to. Ann Strokeland for sure. 11-7. Looking forward to our final day of coverage on Thursday night up here at the Well. We'll have 2 matches again on GameDay Media. Another point for the Honkers. They'll play for the 3rd place trophy in our first set at 6 o'clock with the first serve. That'll be followed by our championship match for the right to go to the Fargo Dome on November 18th, 19th, and 20th. There's a point for Ray. Ray Jays during the regular season were able to claim 1 set against the Kenmare Honkers in 2 different matches. Right now they're looking pretty good here in this set number 3. Brought across from the middle. Great placement by the sophomore, Caden Sargent. It's 13-8. Erica Kettleson continues to serve for her Ray Jays. Then I jinxed her as the ball goes out of bounds. Free point for Kenmare. Good serve. Wow. The Ray Jays did a nice job of keeping it alive, but it goes out of bounds. But a great effort by the Jays. 10 points on the board for the Honkers. They trail by 3. There's a hit off the arms of Lexi Holter. Another point for the Ray Jays. 14-10 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Elena Nelson with the serve for the Jays. Here's a back set to Holter. The block hits the line by Maylee Kincaid as the Honkers couldn't believe it. They let it hit the line. Point for the Ray Jays. Great play. Big smile on the face of Angie Kincaid over on the Ray bench, head coach. And Strokeland just bumps it over. Now here's Carson Lautenschlager. Offworth over to Lautenschlager. Now it's going to be Ann Strokeland. Brindley Kincaid protects her face and then gets the point in the donut hole. With that, we have a timeout on the floor. This time, head coach Tim Wallstrom seen enough. A lot of excitement on the Ray Jays side of the floor. They're up 16-10. We'll step aside. You're listening to coverage of GameDay Media.
At Tioga Ace Hardware, our store is a member of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperative in the industry. We are all committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. As the helpful hardware folks in your community, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Shop the biggest brands all under one roof at 119 North Main Street in Tioga, or shop online at acehardware.com.
As we come out of that St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, gives us a chance to thank one of our sponsors called MC Property and Maintenance, a family-owned and operated property management, maintenance, and handyman company based out of Stanley, North Dakota. We do it all, from managing rental properties for investors, handyman work for homeowners, remodels, lawn care, and even snow removal during the winter months. Wonder if you'll come to Tioga. And take care of my driveway. If you need anything related to property management or maintenance, give us a call and ask for Max Murphy at 701-641-2772. That's MC Property and Maintenance, located in Stanley, North Dakota. And out of the timeout, the Ray Jays serve it out of bounds with the service error. Free point for the Honkers. It's 16-11 as Ann Strokeland, a junior for the Honkers, puts the ball in play with a great serve. Tipped at the net, kept alive. Here's a set on the outside to Santizo, and Santizo goes into the net with a kill attempt. Point for the Ray Jays. 11-17. The Ray Jays with the lead. Abby Olson keeps it alive, put down by Taya Offworth. That one got too close to the Kenmare side, and Offworth just able to tap it down for the pretty easy point. 17-12. Lilibeth Santizo with the serve. The dig by Maddox Falk, excuse me. Great job and hustle by Santizo again. Punched up in the air by Holter. Holter's going to bring it across with the roll. Here's a set by Offworth over to Holter. Brings it across again from the left side. As the ball put down off the arms of Carson Lautenschlager by Maylee Kincaid. Another point for the Ray Jays. They're up 18-12 here in set number 3. Needing to win the set in order to keep their dreams alive of playing in the championship match. They're down 2-0 right now. Avery Larson with the serve for the Jays. Sent to the front row. Offworth pushes it across. On the outside, it is Maylee Kincaid with a big swing. Tapped across, and they're going to call a lift against Taya Offworth. The Kenmare Bowbells Honkers wearing their white jerseys. The Ray Jays, of course, wearing their red and black jerseys. Point on the board as Avery Larson hits it into the net. 19-13. As Bria Crest goes back to server's row. As the serve receive goes into the stands. Point on the board for the Honkers, 19-14. Here's Kettleson. Pancake save by Bria Crest. Gets up off the deck, ready for the next action. Another one on the deck for Bria as the ball goes off the arms of Falk into the stands. It's another point for the Honkers, 19-15. As Bria Crest continues to serve for Kenmare Bowbells. Day of rest tomorrow on Wednesday. We'll take a day off. And Taya Offworth with the big hit. 19-16. We'll resume on Thursday night. We'll go on the air around 5:30, 5:45, somewhere in that area with our Border Plains Equipment pregame show. And then we'll have our Northwest Therapy first serve at 6 o'clock on Thursday. To the front row, Kettleson tries to bring it home for the Ray Jays. Now Holter tries to go along the net, comes up a little short. Point Ray. They're 5 points away from taking set number 3 and pushing this to a 4th set. Santizo with the spike. No, that is Brooklyn Rains with the spike into the net. Kind of obstructed by chair umpire Gary Schell. And they're close to that side of the net from our vantage point, but that's okay. Kettleson jousting at the net. Grinland brings it across. And there's a misplay by the Ray Jays. (21-17). As Alforth now back at the server's row. Maya knocks off the tip through the hands of Grinland. Big hit by Maya. Maya suffered an ACL injury last year and couldn't play basketball. Plays with a big knee brace on her left knee, as you can see. Good athlete. And there is Ann Strokeland with a big kill. Whew. Folks, you don't want to be in front of that one. Might have to have some dental work done. Probably get that done at Souris Valley Dental Group, one of our premier sponsors over in Minot, North Dakota. Maya Knox brings it across. Honkers down by 4 here in this third set. Ray Jays trying to keep their hopes alive. There's another point for the Honkers, 22-19. As Lexi Holter finding the range from the Souris Valley Dental Group server's row. Tipped across by Brindley Kincaid. There's Maylee Kincaid with the dig. Here's Santizo trying to bring it home, but Larson there for the Jays. Now Knox with the roll. They're setting up Santizo again, tipped at the net. The Ray Jays got to run it down. Now they got to get it over. They do. Kettleson with it. Great play by the Jays. Kincaid with a diving dig again. As Knox mishits it. And it's another point for the Honkers. They're down by 2. With that, we have a timeout on the floor. As Angie Kincaid doesn't like what she's seeing, going to talk it over. You're listening to coverage of the Region 8 semifinal round here on day number 2 on Game Day Media.
At Prairie Home Furnishings of Stanley, featuring some of the best brands in the industry, such as Ashley, Lazy Boy, and Shaw Flooring, we have something for every room in your home. From furniture to flooring, outdoor living, mattresses, and decor, we truly have everything your home deserves. Shop our everyday low prices locally in store Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and Saturdays from 9 to 4, or shop online anytime at shopphf.com. For all things home, be sure to also follow us on Facebook.
Yeah, we want to thank some of our sponsors, including Bingaman Construction, based in Ray, North Dakota. Bingaman can help you with all your residential and commercial spray foam and construction projects. That's Brent Bingaman at Bingaman Constructions. Have some new sponsors, including Montrell Williams Electric Cooperative, Quilt Inn out of Kenmare, North Country Mercantile and Equipment out of Kenmare, helping us to put on this coverage, including Tisha Gustafson, Optometry Clinic PC over in Stanley, and Kenmare. As that kill put down by the Honkers, and just like that, the Honkers down by 1 after trailing. Lexi Holter at the service line. The knuckleball comes across. Now they joust at it. Here's going to be a set up to Ann Strokeland, goes along the net. There's Alforth with the set up to Santizo. And Santizo drives it home off the arms of Avery Larson for another point. 22-22. It's all tied up here in set number 3. As the lead has dissipated for the Ray Jays. Holter puts the ball in play. Another block at the net. The Ray Jays handle it. Brought across by Kincaid. Now here is a kill by Ann Strokeland again. And another point on the board as we have another timeout on the floor. Honkers take the lead by 1, 23-22. We'll step aside. You're listening to coverage of the Region 8 Volleyball semifinals here on Game Day Media.
Hey, Dad, will you check the cows?
Use this instead, Grandpa. The cows look fine, Dad.
In my day, we had to sleep in the barn to check the cows.
Combining tradition and technology. Respecting the past while embracing the future. RTC Networks.
As we come out of the timeout, sponsored by St. Luke's Medical Center, we're up here at the NCC Sports Desk at the Well in Williston, North Dakota. NCC providing a lot of comforts for the GameDay Media. They have gone beyond what we even dreamed of as their support for GameDay Media. They're a great company managed by General Manager Jeremy Becker and Chief Marketing Officer Angela Shep, Jen Bingaman, the CFO. And there's a ball that's too long for the Ray Jays, and it's going to be match point as Lexi Holter looks to send the Honkers home to the Region 8 championship where they've been for the past few years. It's match point as Santizo drives it home, and the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers come from behind to win 25-22 in set number 3 and advance to the championship match on Thursday night against the Trenton Tigers. With that, we're going to send it back to our studios. We'll have our DNL Paraffin postgame show while we go down and get our head coach Tim Wallstrom and our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game after this timeout.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
Roustabout Service and Insulating, servicing the oil and gas industry since 1963. The Country Store, located at 123 Main Street in Powers Lake, North Dakota. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. Napa Tioga Parts Supply, located at 105 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit NapaOnline.com. TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351. This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by
Othione Boutique. Shop in person in downtown Tioga or visit their website at shopothione.com.
Nessa Consulting, located in Tioga, North Dakota. Visit nessaconsulting.com. Border Mobile Grain Cleaning, based in Columbus, North Dakota, offers custom on-the-farm grain cleaning for spring wheat, durum, and barley. Contact Ethan Bakken at 701-310-5007 or find him on Facebook at Border Mobile Grain Cleaning.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you in part by Bingaman Construction in Ray, North Dakota, your go-to for all your residential and commercial spray foam and construction needs. Tegan's Interiors, located on Main Street in Crosby, North Dakota. Follow them on Facebook or find them online at tegansinteriors.com. Tioga Drug and Soda Shop, located at 106 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit tiogadrug.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
Brandy Larson Insurance of Stanley offers home, auto, business, and farm insurance. For a quote, call 701-628-1414. Your local Farmers Union insurance agent.
Murex Petroleum Corporation, a pioneer for today, creating opportunities for all involved. Extraordinary people, extraordinary assets. MurexPetroleumCorporation.com.
Gustafson Septic Service Incorporated, family owned and operated since 1986. Offering septic service, portable restrooms and hand wash, sewer jet and camera services. Located in Stanley, North Dakota, call for a free quote at 701-628-2960. D&L Paraffin Incorporated is a local family-owned hot oil company that has been in operation since 1981. We work hard to develop good business relationships with the oilfield companies in the Tioga area. While offering services north of Lake Sakakawea, we focus on integrity, hard work, and safety. For all hot oil services, call dispatch at 701-641-3065 or 701-641-6310. And for hiring information, be sure to follow us on Facebook at DL Paraffin.
As we come back to our D&L Paraffin postgame show, I've got the winning head coach, Tim Wallstrom, on the floor with a postgame interview sponsored by D&L Paraffin. And Tim, another chance to go to the state tournament. You got to get by the Trenton Tigers, but you had a pretty good match here tonight.
Yeah, we did. We had a little bit of a letdown in that third set, but I thought our girls really showed resiliency and coming back. I think we're down 7-8 points, and we came back, and so I was really proud of them that way. We've done that quite a bit this year, so I'm kind of used to it.
Well, last night we noticed that you had to stand the whole time as you didn't have a chair over there, so somebody must have run down a chair for you. But when we see you in your traditional spot with your arms folded, and once in a while we see the arm go up to your chin in the thinker's mode, but I told you before, you're never going to develop an ulcer.
No, I don't think so. I've been around a long time. I could handle it.
Well, you're now playing for another Region 8 championship against the Trenton Tigers. You saw them earlier tonight when they came out and beat the Tioga Pirates, played a very good match. They got some bigs that you're going to have to play against, and what's the strategy going to be like on Thursday night?
Well, we got to match their heart. They play with a lot of heart that I don't think they've ever been in the regional championship game. Well, they have in quite a long time ago, but it's been quite a while. So they're playing with a lot of heart, and I'm looking forward to that match. They hustle. They never let a ball fall. Right. They just hustle it after everything. And they've got that little freshman outside hitter. Yeah, pretty nice. So we're looking forward to it. I think I thought we'd be playing Tioga again. So I'm kind of excited that we're not. So. Yeah.
Well, you had a great match tonight. Congratulations, Tim, on another victory and another chance to represent the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers at the state tournament if you can get by the Trenton Tigers on Thursday night. Congratulations. And as we transition over to our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game, it is Ann Strokeland, the younger sister of Brenna Strokeland, who had several titles, several players of the game under her belt as well, playing a little basketball down in Jamestown tonight. So we wanted to make sure we got you out here so you could see younger sister play. You had a great match here tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, my team really came through tonight.
And so one of the things that we named you as our player of the game is because of your ability to stroke you stroked the Strokeland, you had the Strokeland going tonight with the big hits, and you got to credit your teammates with a lot of great setting. I noticed that Taya Offworth has probably come into more of a setter's role this year versus a hitter's role, and you got to give credit to your setters.
Yes, for sure. I set half rotation, and it is not easy. So definitely all that credit goes to my back row and my setters that can get me the ball in the first place.
So now you get another chance to represent Region 8 at the Fargo Dome, but you got to go through the Trenton Tigers. You saw them play earlier tonight, and so they got some bigs, they got some quickness, and they're not going to go away without a fight. But I think you guys, you've got the same kind of team, got a lot of talent, and what are you expecting on the game on Thursday night?
Well, from a hitter's point of view, you look at your block and who you're going to have to be blocking against. So I know they have good blockers. They're tall and they can get up there. So we're going to have to be ready to hit around that. And they do. Like Coach said, they don't let a ball drop. So we're going to have to hustle too.
Well, you've been listening to our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game. Nice wave to Sister Brenna up there. Congratulations to Ann Strokeland being named our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game. Nice match. We'll be back with more of our D&L Paraffin postgame show as we wrap things up here from the Well on the campus of Williston State College after this timeout.
Located in Crosby, North Dakota, Brad Johnson Insurance has been helping clients find insurance coverage since 1986. Our team is passionate about serving the community in which we live and pride ourselves on getting to know our clients to best serve their needs. Our staff is active in the public and strives to better our community through participation, involvement, and by supporting area events and youth programs. For a quote, visit bradjohnsoninsurance.com or call 701-965-4200 today.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
MC Property and Maintenance LLC is a family-owned and operated property management, maintenance, and handyman company based in Stanley, North Dakota. From lawn care to snow removal and everything in between, let us manage every aspect of your rental, property, and maintenance needs. To schedule an appointment, call Max at 701-641-2772. Rising Sports Academy, based in Stanley, North Dakota, offering skill sessions for basketball, football, volleyball, baseball, and softball. Check them out on Facebook at Rising Sports Academy.
As we come back here to the well, as the crowds start to empty out the gymnasium here at the well on the campus of Williston State College, as we conclude our DNL Paraffin postgame show, it was the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers defeating the Ray Jays, coming from behind in the third set to claim a 25-22 victory to go along with a 25-21 victory in set number one, a 25-18 victory in set number two to capture the match and have a chance at the Trenton Tigers on Thursday night in the championship match of the Region 8. As we've named our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game, that's Ann Strokeland, and a very good hitter, and had a very good match tonight. As we continue to give credit to where credit is due to some of our great players up here in Northwest North Dakota. That's what our mission is to show a little spotlight on our athletes up here that don't get a lot of attention in Northwest North Dakota, and our goal is to do that for our athletes. On behalf of my sponsors and all the sponsors who help make this possible, I would like to thank my production crew tonight, Eli Clark, and my executive producer, David Peterson. My name's Randy Peterson, along with my sidekicks, Julian and Chandler Peterson, tonight, helping us with everything tonight. Once again, it was the Kenmare Honkers taking out the Ray Jays 3-1 as they meet the Trenton Tigers on championship night on Thursday night here from the well. Good night, everybody. Travel safe.
Tonight's Game Day Media broadcast was brought to you by NCC, Tioga Medical Center, The Country Store, St. Luke's Medical Center, Otheon Boutique, Souris Valley Dental Group of Minot, D&L Paraffin, Brad Johnson Insurance, Bravera Bank, Continental Resources, Northwest Therapy Services, Nessa Consulting Service, Roustabout Service and Insulating, DA Land LLC, 701 Cornhole Company, Bingaman Construction, Tioga Ace Hardware, Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, Tioga Parts Supply, Surge Aesthetics, The Porch, Tegan's Interiors, Tioga Drug and Soda Shop, Prairie Home Furnishings, Tech Next Solutions, Montreal County Health Center, Patriot Oilfield Service Incorporated, Brandy Larson Insurance Agency, Thrivent, Kyle Hansen, Financial Advisor, Murex Petroleum Corporation, TNT Measurements Incorporated, MC Property and Maintenance LLC, Rising Sports Academy, Gustafson Septic Service Incorporated, Border Mobile Grain Cleaning, Ray Farmers Union Elevator, Quilt Inn, located in Kenmare, North Dakota, Optometry Clinic PC of Stanley and Kenmare, North Country Mercantile and Equipment of Kenmare and Minot, Trenton Indian Service Area, Montreal Williams Electric Cooperative, RTC Networks, Flag Family Media.